Hey, welcome everybody. My name is Jared and you're watching 3DHP. Welcome to another Saturday afternoon hangout. And I don't know, where is everybody? I've got one guy in the background. I've got 3 people in chat, maybe 4 people in chat. I don't know. Is Joe Telling on right now or something? I don't know where everybody's at. But anyway, hello, how you doing everybody? What's going on? Welcome from, everybody, welcome from around the world. I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm streaming on YouTube and on my Facebook group in 1080p. So I'll post it again in chat if you'd like to come in and talk about your 3D printing projects, your CNC work, your laser work, resin work. You're welcome to do so. Stuff you painted on, you're more than welcome to. Let me say hi to a few people in chat, and then I'll bring in the man in the back room. 3D Print Newbie, hello, how you doing? SBC 3D, hello. HC, how's it going? Audra Murphy, Dwayne King, hello over on Facebook, how's it going? If you're on Facebook, there's a link you can click. If you click the link, and then I'll be able to see your name. Otherwise, it just says Facebook user. But hello. And who do we got in the background here? Hey, Astro Printer Liam, how you doing?
There's nobody in my background.
How you doing
hey,
today?
Terry, how are you?
Hey, Vincent, how's it going?
Okay.
Good to see you.
Working on still on my launch controller.
Oh, cool.
Hey, Karen.
Hello.
Finally got the wires figured out, so
That's half the battle.
Let's take
Hey,
it.
HC, how are you?
Let's see what do you got going on.
yeah, I'm still working on the wire diagram for this one. So I still have to clean it up on the inside. It's all test wiring, and I have to redo the case a little bit.
Very nice.
So there's only 2 wires per switch, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and the voltmeter works. So
Hey, Karen.
How's it going there, boys?
Real good. How are you?
No. Kieran is here.
Hang on, let me just get... Vincent, can you reach over to your left and smack him in the head for me?
yeah. I was like,
Yeah, that's the one. Yep.
yeah, guys, I had to tell you I failed my exam for my
For driving test?
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
sucks.
and because of the waiting list, I have to wait another 3 months.
Oh.
Wow. What part did you fail? The parallel parking, or do you even have to do that?
No, cross sections without traffic lights.
Oh, you did. Yeah, okay. You deal with them like
Different
you
ways.
always give way. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was very, very nervous.
Yeah.
So next time, better.
No.
Doesn't the US also do it first in, first out? Which is a little bit different as well with the four-way stop signs.
Yeah, it is. Yes, first to the junction has right of way. Yeah.
Otherwise, give way to your right as usual.
Yeah.
Which is why it's called right of way. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
what I do when
In
I
the
come to
Netherlands
the
is
4-way
different.
stop, if I see other people approaching the stop, I speed up, brake really quick. I got there first, and then I go. And then if you have somebody across from you and they have the right of way and they're going to be crossing traffic, even though you're not the next vehicle allowed to go, the one on your right or left is the one that should be going.
Yeah.
They're blocking the intersection. I'll go because they can't go anyway.
Yeah, in the Netherlands, we got different rules.
Yeah.
I've driven there.
But the important thing is I was very nervous, and I only had 8 seconds per question to do, and skipped a couple of questions. So next time better.
Yeah.
So
Well,
you did the test and the practical on the same day.
No. It's only the written exam, and then you have to drive for 40 hours at least, and then you get your exam.
Right, your actual practical exam. Yep.
oh, Jerry, just in case if my internet goes down, I'm giving you a heads up. We're getting winds here, and we're getting gusts up to 60 miles an hour at times.
Wow.
So because of the winds, if it takes down if my power blinks or whatever like that, you understand why I suddenly you see me on screen going
Yeah.
for 5 minutes. It's because the power went out or something like that, because it is blowing pretty hard here.
Is that part of that storm front for all those tornadoes that went through the Midwest?
Hello, Tim. How you doing?
Unreal.
No, we're way north of that. But it's just we're getting probably Chicago's probably experiencing something similar, I'm guessing, or have, but we have, and from 11 o'clock this morning until around 10 or 11 tonight, we have we have a strong wind warning of gusts up to 60. So.
Yeah, 'cause we got the reports here, more than 30 tornadoes across the Midwest and Mississippi. It's just unreal.
Yeah,
Two
that's
big belts.
that's
just insane.
Yeah, in Vegas we don't have tornadoes, thank God, but we get like micro burst, windy days once in a blue moon. So
now we get twisters because we're like Tornado Alley. We're at the very tip of Tornado Alley, Michigan is, and we also get a lot of near line winds, which means like winds running extreme powerful winds, no let off, no gusting. It's just constant flow of air at high speed. And we do get some of those as well. They're not regular, but they do happen. Hey, it's 55 or so. Let me see what it is right now. This is December in Michigan, and I'm just updating on my temperature. It says 36, so the temperature is dropping. This morning it was 57 degrees.
Wow.
Is that good or bad? Is
right
that good
now,
or bad?
In December, that's unheard of. It was snowing this time last year.
It's 50 here in Vegas right now.
50
Does that
is
mean-
good for you.
Does that mean it's going to be a very hard winter after the Christmas, so it's going to come down real hard after?
It's anybody's
More
guess.
likely,
They're
yeah.
expecting it to be cold, but less moisture falling. So we'll probably get less snow. We might just get some bitter cold. But the weather service is probably the only place where you can be wrong 90% of the time and still be
Hey,
employed.
Rich, how you doing?
Hey, Jerry. Hey, everybody. How's it
Rich.
going?
Rich, how's it going?
Hey, Rich.
How y'all doing?
Good.
Good.
Love
Good.
the review, by the way. It came out really good.
Oh, thanks. My first one. I'm not good at this kind of stuff with the
No,
video.
you did a good job. See, I'm not good at doing pre-recorded piecing stuff together. I don't have time for that, so
Yeah.
I do most of my stuff live, and that's how I do it.
Rich, for future videos, can you somehow soften your light? Because even like right now, you're really bright. Your background is
Oh,
really
your
bright.
overhead lights.
I forgot to turn off the backlight. My son put 3 of these daylight lights up in the ceiling, so I have to turn one off when I do the video. Sometimes I forget.
It must be pretty warm there in Louisiana. You don't have your fireplace going.
Oh my gosh, it's hot. I got the AC on.
Yeah.
No, it's warm, windy. I'm just really excited today though because I got my Old Glory flagpole up in the front yard. I just got a new 30-foot flagpole.
Cool.
Nice.
And man, these guys are good. It's a bunch of veterans that own the company, made in the USA, 30 feet tall. And it's Old Glory. Let me just see. Old Glory. I want to make sure I get this right. Oldgloryflagpole.com. If you guys are looking to put up a flagpole, these guys are the ones to go with.
You know the chain link, the top rail on the chain link fence that you can buy?
Yeah.
Years ago, I bought 2 or 3 sections, stuck them together, concreted in the ground, bolted it to my garage, and I put a cap on the top with an eye bolt, and that's what I got for my flagpole.
Yeah, this one's a little different though. I guess it's about at the base. It's probably about 3.5 inches around, and up at the top, it's got a light, so I don't have to raise it every day. I can leave it up 24 hours.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Did you get the telescopic one or the sectional one?
No, I have 2 to 3 flags that I fly at any given time, so I couldn't get the telescopic one. I got the one that's sectional.
Which next 3 flags? Yeah, just looking at the website now. That's actually nice. It's actually very well done.
Oh my gosh, I go through a flagpole every 2 years because of the winds that we get here. With the storms.
Oh,
and right now it's blowing hard out there, and this thing's not even budging. Let me tell you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
blowing hard here as well.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the base. So there's no guy wires. It's just basically cemented in.
Yeah, it's 24 inches down in the ground. We put we put 80 pounds of concrete on the actual sleeve that it fits into.
Yep.
And it's just rock solid. It's not budging at all in the wind.
But I suppose with the winds, they all start to crack at the base regardless, just from the flex. You can't do nothing about it. Yeah.
Yeah, this one is super thick. I think I'm going to be having this one for quite a few years.
Yeah. You see the thick walls, and it's got very thick walls on the aluminium gauge. Yeah, nice.
Absolutely. And the best thing about it, and even if it was just a typical flagpole, which it's not, this is first class. these guys are combat veterans.
Yep. I see that, which is great. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's made in the USA. And if anybody out there is looking for a good flag, oldgloryflagpole.com, please go check them out.
Hey, how you
I
doing?
suppose,
Hey, Shane.
Hey, how's it going?
because it is sectional, you can replace the piece that breaks, even if it's just the base, and just put a new section in, and it's still good as gold again. Yeah.
Yeah, it's sectional all the way up, and I'm pretty sure that if I ever had a problem and I contacted these
Hey,
guys,
Dan.
take care of it.
Yeah.
How are you feeling, Dan?
Hi, Dan.
Hi guys,
Hey, Dan.
How are you feeling?
I'm better.
Good.
Take a look at the dragon here.
Look at that miniature guy.
Oh, that is small.
That was done on the King rune, which shows the decent quality that thing's capable of printing, because this works really well.
Ooh, E-steps work.
The E-steps, yeah. But boy,
Yeah.
I mean, that turned out pretty incredible for
Yeah,
you know.
nice and clean.
And a lot faster than the Emolian one.
Yes, exactly. So I mean, yeah. So that tells me that this little King rune is printing really well. So when it can do something this small with that detail and all the joints are in place, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good accuracy, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's all to do with the good E-steps, right? Right, Liam?
Yep.
That and retractions.
Yeah.
And temperature, and first layer, and
But the fact that it came out and there's a few tiny strings there, but not much.
Yeah.
That
Very
means your
few.
refractions are they're pretty good.
Yeah.
something that small, the retractions will be going flat out.
They'll be going like crazy. Yeah, they're vital to have them right on something that's
I
small.
figured that's a good way to test that little printer now that it's all set up.
Yeah.
And so that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Here's a sign I engraved on my MPC and C, and I got it painted.
It came out nice.
Oh, very nice. I like that.
I just sprayed it red, sprayed it black. I masked it off, and then since I had paint on everything, and I sanded off the surface again. So the wood grain would consider that to be white. So yeah, it came out pretty good.
A tip: mask it before you engrave it.
If I was to already have, if I wanted
That
to
way,
paint
then
off-
you can
if I
paint it, and then
wanted-
you
if I
just
wanted
peel the
everything
masking
to be
tape
white-
off it afterwards.
If I wanted everything to be white, I could have done that, yeah. But then once I painted it, then I would have got paint right back over it, and I go to sand it off, I'd be right back to where I am right now.
Well, no, if you leave the masking tape on until all the work is done, all the painting and stuff is done, and then peel it off afterwards,
Yeah,
then you know have to resanding afterwards because it all sticks to the tape.
yeah. Oh, here we go. Something to show here.
Who's making that?
Rich.
This is, I guess you guys, well, Jerry, I know you know. I design graphics and I sell them in all different online stores. This is one I did 3 years ago when I first got a laser engraver. And I'm really excited about this. I'm doing this today. I got the Ortour Laser Master 2, the long focus 10th edition in yesterday. And so I decided to do a test, and I'm going to do this cross, which I did already. Well, let me show you how it works. Got 8 layers on this. So this is the base. This is the first layer.
Right.
Oh.
Yep. And stack it up. Yep.
Second layer.
Cool.
Third layer. Fourth layer. Now you can start seeing these are the eyes over here of Jesus.
All right.
Oh,
And
okay.
That's nice.
The
Beautiful.
head and the hair.
Nice.
And the
crown of
thorny
thorns.
crown.
Yeah, the
I
crown of
gotta
thorns.
admit,
Yep.
the first picture didn't impress me. I was thinking, okay, now what?
That's
No,
fantastic.
that's
Wow.
Now this is 8 layers thick, and the last layer is just an outline to top it off.
Beautiful.
And if take a look, I did this with the 2mm basswood, so it's 20 millimeters thick.
Wow.
The base wood, is that like MDF, or is it more like compressed?
No, basswood is it's a natural grown wood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a hobby wood. It's very easy to cut. And
It looks like balsa, but it's harder.
But
thicker.
it's heavier, more dense. Yeah.
basswood is a form of balsa wood.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can see I made this one 9.5 inches tall.
That
That looks
looks
fantastic.
so impressive stacked up. Yeah.
There's the cutout.
Yeah.
Very
like it.
cool.
And I haven't painted it yet. Wait till it's painted. And these are the remnants of the cutouts. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use all these parts here, the good parts, and I'm going to make some Christmas earrings.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Did you see that laser picker laser, Rich? That one that's got the add-ons like the built-in rollers, and it can actually roll long length through it.
Yeah, that's the one with the galvanometer.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
that's
saw
the one.
that.
Yeah, that was interesting.
I saw that. I've got a portable one on the way. In fact, I just started a series of laser reviews. So I've got the Laser Master 2 came yesterday. I've got the Atom Stack M5 on the way. I've got the well, I can't even remember all of them now. The really big one with the touchscreen display. That one's on the way. I've got a portable one that it's small and sort of like handheld. You can use it anywhere.
Oh, I've seen those. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind
Well,
of
that's what
excited.
this laser picker was like. It's very small. It's got a handle on it, but the option with that rolling
Exactly.
base, yeah, it was quite
Yeah.
clever.
It's just like the laser pecker, except it doesn't have the wheels for it.
Yeah,
And,
which I thought was a real slick add-on for it. Yeah.
I looked at a bunch of people that have the laser pecker with the wheels, and nobody can get a straight line out of it. So that's
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
that's the
I
only
suppose
problem.
you could put a like a straight edge guide, let it roll along one side, and then just track along that. Yeah.
I think it's sort of like a little 4x4. I think it would climb right up it and screw it up.
Yeah. So you walk away and find the lasers now burning a hole through your carpet and out the door and down the street.
Exactly.
I'm wondering, is it because the way they work, because they have two flat rollers, right? I'm wondering if the surfaces are uneven that they're traveling on, and that's causing it to deviate as it travels over the surface.
That's the problem. Is exactly that.
Yeah.
You'll never get a perfectly flat.
And well, if you got thick enough ply, it'd be flat,
yeah, I guess.
and then it would work really well.
Yeah, or you could use like a piece of MDF and clamp the plywood down to it, But
Yeah,
it
something
would
like
be
that. Yeah.
it'd be a hard setup to get that all set up to burn. And Lightburn's got the print and cut feature, so I can do a 15-foot sign if I want to, and I can do it probably faster than that laser pecker could. And the laser pecker is very limited in what it can do.
Its burn speed and everything else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
that's
its cut area is small because of the galvanometer. It's not moving around.
Yeah.
It's just directed, and if you do use it for cutting, your cuts are going to be at an angle based on the angle from the
mirror,
center of the focus point, because it's actually moving the laser like this.
Oh, what do we got here?
Oh, cool.
Oh, you did that. You printed that out from
the TIE Fighter one. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
it's from
I'm
Fab
just
360.
sitting here playing. I'm listening to you guys having a good old time, and I'm just sitting. I figured I'd put this together. So
Well, some of these days are burning in the background.
What kind of an exhaust system do you have behind you going out the window? What's that hooked up to?
who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's my air conditioning unit. Actually, it goes out it's one of them little floor mount, like little floor units.
Okay.
Since
Yeah,
I
my
don't
son
need
has
it, I
one.
just- Yeah,
cool.
at some point I'm gonna close that off and I'll put the insulation back in and put the board up. It is getting to the point where we're gonna get snow soon, so I should probably do that sooner
wow.
than later. And
Yeah, I
that's
remember
why
when
I'm
you
sitting
first
with
moved
my
out in that
back to the
garage.
laser.
I remember you first moved out there, the walls were bare and you didn't have nothing going on. It's looking really nice.
Yeah, it's taking some time to get there, but it's getting overrun.
Are you getting the winds, Dan, that we're getting?
what?
Are you guys getting? You're in the Chicago area, so are you getting the winds that we're getting?
I'm south of Chicago. I got winds all last night. We had gusts of about 75 mile an hour gusts last night.
Yeah, we're getting that now. It's reached us today.
We got massive
it was-
winds last night.
Yeah, it was not a
Hey,
not
Dan.
a good night. Oh, look at
Okay,
you!
I
I did it in wood.
You did it in laser. See?
I
See?
just did it. I just
Yeah,
did
see,
it,
yours-
and then
Yours
and
will be
then I
more
did
fun than
this one
mine.
too. Star Trek:
Nice.
The Enterprise.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that I want to see when you. I want to see what that looks like. I'm a
Yeah.
Trekkie, I'm a huge Trekkie, so
Not
I
even
just
gonna
did-
lie, guys. I'm only here for Rich today. But But yes, I'm doing that thing you're not supposed to do. But if you notice, I also have it to my back, so I'm not actually, the laser's not getting me. So it's to my back. It's not. And I told everybody to stay out. I got the laser going, but you know, I'm not practicing proper. So don't do what I do. I'll tell you that right now. So.
Oh, I see. Tim has got a box he wants to talk
Yeah.
about.
I think
Yes.
this is Rich's Atom Stack A5.
That looks like it.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
So I got to stream about that one day.
When are you gonna host that stream?
I don't know. It'll probably be in January because next week I'm tied up, and then the week after is Christmas weekend,
Yeah.
and then you
You
have
got
New
nothing
Year.
on next week, Tim. You got nothing to worry about next week. It's a quiet week for you, isn't it?
Come here, Maria. Next week is a big week. Man,
Hey Tim, when
Yeah.
you go to stream that, why don't you talk to Rich and see if he can be on as one of your guests? You guys can,
that's a great idea.
be on together
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. If Rich is
think-
open to that, yeah.
Rich knows quite a bit. I think he knows a lot about lasers.
Yeah.
I think he knows a little bit about it.
One or
About
two
this
things
much.
anyway. Yeah, one or two things.
Well, we can do. You can. Let's see. My M5 is. Let me track it real quick. Thursday, December 16th. It's going to arrive.
Oh, okay.
So I'll probably have it set up by the 17th or 18th, and then if you want, you can do your live stream with the build, and I can have one here already built out.
Oh, good
You know.
point. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So it'll
Yeah.
be this is me putting it together, and this is how it should be put together. Yep.
Oh man, let me tell you, it took me an hour to put together this Laser Master Pro.
Really?
You're not supposed to
Yeah.
say that, Rich. You say that after. It only took half an hour or 25 minutes for me.
No half an hour. I mean, and then I found the ultimate build video after I was finished. It just popped up in my feed on YouTube, and it's really like a 20-minute build, But
Yeah, I did it. I think it cost 20. It took maybe 30 minutes.
I think it took me 3 times longer than it should have. Not the frame. The frame is simple. It's like everything else, but all these little weird parts that I've never seen before. Like the parts that hold the drag chain. It had all these little intricacies that I've never seen before, and I'm liking it. I think they did a really good job on it.
I love mine. I love. Now people complain about the fire sensor. It gets triggered easily.
Yeah, the first burn it did that, and I took a piece of electrical tape and covered that bad boy up.
It doesn't do it on mine when I'm doing normal burns. It only does it like I've done it burning outside out during when the weather was nicer. Not that I can really remember. That's already been bad so long. But long ago, when the weather was nicer outside, I was actually burning outside, and I did the same thing: electrical tape over the sensor, and I ended up burning fine because it was being triggered. But you can turn it off in firmware. There is a command to turn it disable it, but
Well, I
did
did turn it off in the firmware, and I also put it as the start G code, and it was still going off on mine. So apparently the control board isn't taking that 261 command.
Really?
So yeah,
Hey,
not
Red,
on mine anyway.
When you were talking about your diode lasers going off after burning for a long period of time, is that kind of like what my Comgo was doing when I was burning the Eiffel Tower? So I had to go in and shut off my PWM, put it from 1 to 0,
Yes.
and then it just kept burning?
Yeah, exactly. And
Okay.
that happens a lot. But the thing is that you really shouldn't run these for too long in the first place. So like that 8-layer cut that I just did, well, it's 3:20 now. I started doing it at 1 o'clock. So I gave it a break in between every layer, and I really don't know because I'm not a scientist and I'm not an engineer. I don't know how these things absolutely work when it comes to the physics of it, but I can tell you that the diode gets hot, which is why it's in an aluminum heat disperser. And if you keep it cool, and I used to be in the LED sign business, so I know a little bit about LEDs. If you keep them cool and you have a fan blowing over them, then it's no problem. They can work forever. but these are not kept cool. They run a little bit hot, so I limit my jobs to about 30 minutes to an hour, and then all I do is press pause and light burn and let it sit and cool down for a little bit, and then I'll resume the job, 10, 15, 20 minutes later. But I don't want to cause any unnecessary problems, so I give it a break during the burns.
If you have basswood that's warped, do you think it would work just to get it wet and weight it down, and it could reshape it and it'll dry out?
Yeah, that's what I do. You can't see it here, but right next to me here on the shelf, I've got about 50 pieces of basswood, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16 hard drives on top of it.
Oh, well.
I have these old hard drives, 1 terabyte after terabyte, all these drives that I took out of my NAS, and I put them all, they're pretty heavy. So I put them all on top. I laid it flat. I don't think you even really need to, get it wet, although that would probably help as it dries. Okay. But if you get them wet and then stack it, it's going to take like a year for them to dry completely. Because you're confining that moisture. So I don't think I would get it wet, but just having some pressure on top, yeah, absolutely. I keep all of my accessories. I have a whole wall of shelves here with all different types of things, glass, frames, wood, and I keep everything here in this climate controlled room. That's the key right there is climate control. Yeah, and keep the humidity down, and anything that tends to warp like wood, I have weights, some sort of weights on top. I mean, I've got a dumbbell, I've got hard drives, I've got my paper from my printer, all that kind of stuff stacked on top of my supplies.
Yeah. So what you been up to, Shane?
Finally got the RSD to do a print.
Ooh, nice.
Cool.
I got to work on some settings on it because it's not priming properly when it goes and starts shooting, so you can really see where the
that's cool
differences are for the different heads.
But it's better than what you were getting out of it before, which was nothing because it was sitting on a shelf not being used. So
yeah, well, every time I would use it, it would be under extruded, and I'd be chasing extrusion multipliers and all that stuff. So got that working. And started designing some legs for my multi-print CNC. My table is 4 feet wide. Please put the legs outside of it so I can just slide the full sheets in there. So that was one major device.
Bring your mic a little bit closer to your face because it's a bit hard to hear you.
So it's probably using this one, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's way better.
Yeah. I forgot I was using this. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the RSD.
The RSD can do really nice prints.
Yeah. Well, it's doing really nice prints now that it doesn't have the crappy feeder units on it anymore. So.
Well, what you put on there?
A couple of really crappy Bondtech clone BMGs and some E3D V6 clone hot ends. I think one of them's an actual E3 V6 and the other one's a clone. I think that's what I got on there.
I'm using stock on mine.
Yeah, well, yours is also not a beta unit that was half baked.
Yeah.
So got that all working. Then I got the multi-print CNC. I wanted to make it so.
Are you leaving, Dan?
No, I was waving at Mylan. I just didn't want to interrupt Shane.
Okay.
Is today a sponsor Tripods Garage Day, as it looks like?
Yeah, I was trying to see if Tim would actually see. Tim's got the different shirt. I got the big.
He's got the big.
On the back.
He needs to send me a t-shirt.
Yeah, I got the big logo on the back.
Maybe you got the shirt on backwards.
I got a coffee cup. He sent me a coffee cup.
He's checking now. He's checking. Maybe Tim's got it on backwards.
Yeah. I mean, I got a few things here from Tim. I got a little thing there. I got a can koozie. I sat next to him at Murph, so he gave me all sorts of stuff. He even gave me Tim's
And you survived?
sticker. Yeah.
He didn't hit you with his stick?
No.
No?
Matt, you need to go to Murph.
I know.
with a big grocery bag, empty grocery bag. You'll be all set.
They couldn't afford the excess luggage coming back, though. That's the trouble.
Yeah, so right about there is a DeWitt
Don't
sticker.
worry. Don't worry. I make it look like Louise, you know. And then smuggle her in like like Barney. What's this song? What's this movie called? Weekend at Barney's.
Yeah, Weekend at Bernie's. Yeah, the body.
I love those little cones. I printed about a dozen of them, 2 inches tall, for my my grandson about a year ago, and he uses them with his little toy excavator in the yard, and he absolutely loves those. I wish I had a multiple color printer though. I just do one color.
Well,
the cones like that, those small little cones, you can just do a pause out there and do a filament change to do them.
Yeah, I could do that, but that was too much trouble.
Changing it 4 times or 5 times.
Yeah. Well, I guess I could. It wouldn't have been a big deal because I did all 12 of them at the same time. So
hey, Chris Travis.
Whatever you do, just don't get a G-Tech A30M. Or by
painted.
It's primed. I got a lot more
you can't even see the join, Jerry. It came out good.
I got a lot more sanding to do on it, but yeah, it's big.
That's beautiful.
Zolan said he thought the alien head was too big, or mine was real small. Actually, I have a big head, and the alien head it's proportioned properly. It's bigger than mine, as it would probably be in real life. So,
hey, who wants to do the CAD drawing for? I ordered a laser mount for the Ortura with the knob on top. I was thinking about taking all the measurements and maybe I'll do it myself, doing a CAD drawing, 3D printing it, because they get like $50, for
just adjust the laser down.
Yeah, and I really like that because
local maker. Hello.
Are you talking about the knurled one where you actually have the knob to raise and lower the?
They already come on Thingy Universe, I think.
Yeah, I do a lot of cutting with the laser, so in between some on the thicker woods, I want to be able to lower the laser a little bit as I go.
To Z a bit, yeah.
You could do it on the fly if you had a knob. Just crank it down just barely.
Exactly.
Put an arrow on the top so it reminds you which way to turn it.
Let me see which one coming.
I don't think Gil is watching us. You could always ping him, ask him for the design files for it.
Yeah, I guess I could try that.
And they might give it to you, and then you could release a 3D printed version.
Yeah, because he doesn't technically work for Ortura. I might be able to do some kind
of
partnership. No, but he works from home. So I mean, he's not like in China with the company.
No, but he is an employee, a direct employee.
Yeah, I know.
But he might just give it to you.
I'm trying to look for the email that I got. So it's not. I don't think it's the Atom Stack. What's that big new laser that's got the touchpad screen on it?
Longer? I don't know.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, I've got the longer coming. That one has just been shipped as well, and that one does have that adjustment on the top. So I could always, look at that one as well. But
there is one on Thingiverse. Let me just bring it up. Hang on. There is one on Thingiverse using an Allen key to wind it up and down. Let me just show my screen.
Hey, Betty Boop.
I saw that one. Yeah, where you put a little T Allen in the top.
Yeah, and just wind it up and down. So I've seen that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you could just
fit
in that hole and turn it.
Yeah.
I'm going to take another look at that one. I think I tried that one maybe a year or two ago, and it didn't print right. A lot of the stuff on Thingiverse doesn't print for me. So
there is another one using a 1/4-inch bolt with a knob on it as well for the same thing.
I'm going to take a look later. But I have the one from Ortura coming in the mail, so it should be here.
Yeah, it's a nice edition. What is it, $40 or $50?
Hey, Kenny Briggs.
But it's aluminum, so it's heavy. It's heavy duty.
Which is what you want, something nice and solid, so it doesn't get away from the head as well.
Yeah, I think it's like $45 or something.
I think it was more than that. Hang on.
Was it
$60?
$59.99. But it's made out of good heavy aluminum, so it's a sturdy. It's got sturdy motion. It's not loose, and the laser won't slip down or anything like that.
It looks like it's all metal.
It is. I have one.
Oh,
I have one on my R4.
Oh, okay. Well, That's good.
Yeah,
to know.
it came with mine.
Yeah,
it seems to be you get the kit without the laser or without the Z adjust, or you get it with the Z adjust. What's going on?
Well, right. Oh,
He's
So I figure I might as well just show you how I did the mounts for the hot ends, because it kind of seems like that's kind of what you're looking to do. Is what I did here for the adjustments. So be able to see a little bit more underneath here. Let me
upskirt cam.
wow.
Now let me get this up here. So I have like a dovetail underneath here.
Yeah.
So the front piece here, where the hot end is, can go up and down. I have a little M3 bolt inside there, an adjustable kind of like a lockdown for the dovetail on this side, and I mean I'm flexing the plastic there, but it's printing pretty well. But yeah, this is what I'm doing to do the adjustments.
Wow.
To kind of just do a dovetail there. And then it's
the dovetail is the way to go.
And then there's a screw up here to do the actual adjustments.
And you have a bolt in the front end to lock it in place, a grub screw or something in the front?
That's what this is over on the side here. I just tighten these down and it just doesn't move.
Oh, so it's a pressure plate, okay.
Yeah. So it just tightens down onto the dovetail, and then it's just doesn't move. Or at least it hasn't moved yet. So
that part that's flexing with the motor mount. Just wait till he brings it back.
Hi, Betty. For some reason, I can't comment. So
yeah,
that part is flexing. The motor. Because the motor is standing out there and the part is coming down.
Yeah.
If you just put a 45-degree angle underneath it, it'll eliminate the flex, won't it?
Yeah, so on the top I have one. I need to put one down the bottom.
Oh, okay. So you already have one in there. Okay.
Yeah, I have one on the top, but so when I'm twisting it, it's actually like twisting like at a weird angle. So I got to put one on the bottom. I just haven't. Yeah, I just haven't done that yet. This is like it's all printed in PLA right now, so it's just.
When you're a guest on StreamYard, you can only comment on YouTube. I can comment in StreamYard since I'm running a stream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you, if you get someone who does, if you have, I don't know if you do any ASA printing or whatever, if you do it out of ASA, it'll be rock solid.
Yeah, that printer right there right now is printing ABS. So.
But ABS has got flex. So say if you do ASA, it'll be
well, I mean that printer can print ABS, so it's going to print ASA just perfectly fine. So, and these are the parts are coming out almost perfect. So
yeah,
nice. You gonna show it again?
You vapor smooth your ABS?
No, this is right off the printer.
That's nice detail.
Yeah, so that's the textured plate, and then we'll actually focus. You can see the layer lines there. It's not the most perfect top layer, but it's still pretty good.
It looks great.
It's a mechanical part. As long as it holds what it needs to hold, who cares?
Yeah.
Doesn't have to look pretty.
Yeah, it works for you, Liam.
If it's on display, you need to make it look pretty. If it's holding something mechanical, who gives a damn? As long as it holds. It's on my printer. I'm not selling it. Who cares?
Shane, I had a dumb idea that's not going to work. Put a brush on the bottom of this. Put this on my MPC and C. Put this on the top, which holds the Z axis, and hook up my shop vac to it. But that's awfully damn small. And if that's inside my 3/4 conduit, the only suction I'm getting is from that 3/4 2 pipes.
Yeah, that was like the only design that I found for that to like not actually make too much on the twisting the Z gantry, and people say that one actually works fairly well. So
you could always 3D print an adapter, or you did one, did you?
Yeah, right here. But in Tinkercad, I didn't know how to close up the bottom of this circle, so I hot glued it. I printed out a ring I put in the top, then I hot glued it in. So. Yeah. I have to shave this down a little bit and sand it down because I can't get it to slip in the gantry properly down those 2 3/4.
You might need to deburr the top edge.
Yeah.
All mine, I have to deburr them before I run anything through.
Yeah.
But there's more than enough suction there than what you think for that. Because you're using 2 3/4 inch holes. That's 1 inch. if you were to.
The MDF is like
that-
sawdust, but what I want to do is I want to do that Aztec calendar. It's 2 foot by 2 foot, so it takes every single inch I have. I can't have the mount coming off the front like I printed from Llama because the hose in the way. It'll restrict my 2 foot area. So I wanted to use this. And the last time I opened up the door, I shocked the machine and candle quit running. But I haven't retried it, but I need to retry it. And after it ran for 3 or 4 hours, a shock vac can't run for that long. I might burn it up.
Yeah.
So that's why I was thinking about.
You've got your shop vac half full of dust. You can test that suction on a pile of dust. Just do an artificial test on it and see because
I thought about buying this from Harbor Freight. I could run this thing all day and all night probably, and it wouldn't hurt it. It's got a 2 horsepower motor on it.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about doing like Mentalis Wendell or whatever the hell his name is on YouTube. He makes his own dust collectors. I was just kind of figuring on might just end up doing something like that. Yeah.
Do you follow Roger Webb, Shane?
No.
He's building a CNC right now out of aluminum plate. He's his own design.
Yeah.
And that thing is a beast. He just finished doing the dry assembly of the X gantry.
Yeah.
And this thing, I mean, like, this is one beast of a machine. You should check him out, Roger Webb. He's in Australia or New Zealand, I think he is. But he's got a huge.
And what's wrong with that?
No, I didn't say there's anything wrong with it, but he's got a huge following, and like it's really good content. Like he's really, really good. And the way he explains stuff is excellent.
Nice.
Sorry to interrupt everybody, but super chats take priority.
Yeah, of course. And when he finishes the design, if you're a Patreon of his, he's going to release the designs and who he bought the stuff from and everything.
Oh, cool.
So he's going to figure out what's good and what's bad, and then he's going to release the designs to anyone who's a Patreon supporter.
Yeah. Also, too, one of the other things that you could do, Jerry, is you got a Home Depot near you, right?
Yeah, and Lowe's. Lowe's is closer.
Okay. Well, Home Depot, they have these things called bucket heads. They're just things that clip on top of. Actually, I can go grab mine. It's a vacuum cleaner that goes on top of a 5-gallon bucket or 2.5-gallon bucket.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They're like super, super cheap. Like if you don't want to run something super long, you could get a couple of those and just switch between them as it's doing its cut. Just let one cool down. Like, it might be cheaper to go that route than get the Harbor Freight.
And if I bought the Harbor Freight for a future project I'm hoping to get in the future, I thought I could hook it up, if anything, at the rear of the machine. As long as you can pull air through, it should just suck everything off the board. I'm assuming it has so much suction. Just have a I don't know.
Yeah.
Like 1,500 CFM.
Yeah, you're still going to want to do the duct, the shoe duct thing. You're still probably going to want to do that, but that will run longer than like a shop vac. So
okay. And then I bought a Harbor Freight Cyclone, which I'm going to do a video on a Bauer. It's got a small Cyclone. It goes on a bucket. That's hooked up to my rigid, which works really good. And I bought some hose, which is right here, which everybody uses on their CNC. It's got the wire in it.
Yeah.
And as long as it's this wire somewhere at the other end is grounded to the floor, I shouldn't build up any static electricity, I'm assuming, when this is running.
Yeah. Ground, and that's why you ran into the issue last week, because you had static build up and you need to get rid of it.
What was the name of the guy other than Roger Webb you were just talking about, Shane?
Metalis Wendell. He's got a really weird name. Let me go grab his.
Appreciate it.
Grab his YouTube channel. I'll throw it in the private chat there.
Roger Webb is the best. But
yeah, I like his stuff.
You got to sit there with the fast forward, with the right arrow key though. Sometimes.
Oh, and Rich, I didn't have recommended channels on my group. I know you'd mentioned you'd put me on yours, so it made me realize I didn't have it done. So I went and I added all our circle of friends to it and key people that I watch. I didn't add everybody because I have hundreds of people I watch, but all the key people I can think of, I added to mine.
Cool, thank you. I got yours added on mine already.
Oh yeah, I put Tim in there too.
I haven't set mine up yet.
Thank you.
Everybody watches Anthem.
Yeah,
I'm brand new to YouTube, so I'm finding out new things like every day.
Yeah, people that do videos I listed. People have channel that do videos. I didn't list any people that just stream.
Yeah.
So I got this guy. This guy arrived this week, and I was shocked how small it is.
Oh yeah,
they're puny. I don't know why I thought it was bigger.
that's what.
Yeah, that's what my wife thought too.
I knew someone was going to say that. I was biting my tongue.
I kept quiet for a change, just to let Liam get nervous for a change.
So that's gonna go. That's gonna go on the rat rig.
But I'm a nice guy, so size don't matter, right?
As long as it performs well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as I get good flow out of it.
Yeah, build over bought. The problem I had build over bought when I was trying to do that Star Wars sign, it ran for like 6 hours. I was getting so much sawdust built up in my enclosure with NPC&C. It was going to gunk up the rollers, the ball bearings, the skateboard wheels. Basically, it's gunning everything up. So while the print was running, I opened the door and I started vacuuming everything out. Right the very second I got done vacuuming, the program quit running. But my Makita's still running, obviously, but Candle on my screen quit spinning and quit running. So I'm assuming I shocked something.
The board.
Something. I got to, and there's no way to ground the board other than because everything is built, the plastic, the PETG, everything is mounted. But once you get down to the wheels, now they're on rubber wheels. Mm-hmm. So the wooden structure and everything is not actually ground to concrete. It's on rubber wheels. So I just need to ground the whole unit, and then I don't think that'll happen again.
Well, what kind of power supply are you running? Like, is it like a one that's just 2-prong that's like isolated, or is it the 3-prong? Or
it's the 3-prong coming off of Makita that goes into the little black box, which I can't think of what it's called, but everything is grounded.
I can't imagine how you get a static charge if it's grounded.
Well, I don't know that I did, but all I know is I turned around and looked at Candle, and on the visualization where you see it spinning, it wasn't spinning no more.
That could have just been a computer glitch.
Yeah,
that's what that sounds like. Because if you're plugged in with a 3-prong plug, that's not even possible.
Yeah, but it could be 3-prong there, but it may only actually be 2 being used going into the box. It depends on how the manufacturer set it up.
Yeah.
Well, if the box is 3-prong and the router is 3-prong, then it should be grounded to earth.
Yeah. What's the communication cable? Just a USB, Jerry, between the two? From the PC and the,
Yeah, it's like 15-foot long USB plugged into the board. It lays on the floor, goes over, plugs into my PC.
Yeah, maybe interfered with the serial connection.
And then after I ran StreamYard for like 6 hours, I noticed on my screens, I was in the house here doing stuff, watching what was happening in the garage so something wouldn't go crazy. The StreamYard started glitching after about 6 hours, like stuttering. It's like, what the hell's going on? So I went out there, vacuumed it out, and that's when that happened.
Well, I gotta say, do you see this hose in the background right here?
Yeah, the Pixie hose. Yep.
Okay, so that's from the wood shop next door, and this hose.
Hey, how you doing, Zach?
I have this hose running with my exhaust.
Hey, Zach.
My vacuum setup, and I have a 55-gallon drum with a motor on top that draws all the air through with some blast gates. And I noticed last year when I was working, it lit up, and everything's grounded. So, I mean, I guess it's still a possibility. It lit up with a miniature fire inside the hose. I saw it sparking, and then I went over to the drum and opened it up, and there was all types of charred dust inside of there.
Static built up, which will do. It'll flash over inside the plastic hose.
I don't understand how, because everything is grounded, and the hose that I'm using, you can probably see it. It's painted metal, So
that's purely and simply just the dust particles interacting with it will just build up a charge locally. It just gets that one little spot.
Exactly.
It'll flash on the spot.
But the whole thing flared up, and it was right in front of me. The hose was right down on the side of the workbench. So I saw this big flare up get sucked through, and I ran over to the 55-gallon drum and opened it up, turned off the dust collector, and
you'll get anything like that. Flour, even what do you call it? Coffee whitener will even flash over the same way, just for the static buildup.
In Vietnam, weren't they blowing up a lot of things, taking flour, and they get the dust in there and throw a match and boom?
Yeah.
Yeah, anything like that could be really fine particles just spinning in air. Well, you can catch fire.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen.
Take care, Dan.
See you, Dan.
Have a good day.
Bye, Dan.
Yep. See you, Dan. Thanks for stopping by, buddy.
I've seen it happen at Where I grew up, there was a big flour mill nearby, and it was actually down near the docks where they'd actually offload the grain, and they'd actually in the grain silos, and they'd process it there. And I've seen stuff catch fire in there just from static of pumping the grain in there, because all the dust from the grain when they're pumping it off the ships into the silos, that thing would spark up all the time.
Well, Domino
and that
Sugar,
tubing is
Domino
wire.
Sugar, okay, Domino Sugar had a big fire here, I guess, from the sugar powder in the air about 20 years ago.
Yeah,
the plant.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of dust collection systems that have a a bare copper wire run the entire length, just exposed on the inside of the tube, and then ground out.
I've got that wire on the end of the actual hose itself that goes to.
If it's the wire that holds the spiral that keeps the hose popped up, that's usually encased in the like polyurethane of the wall.
Just like the one Jerry's got.
It won't have on this. So if the gap is still going to bend that wire out, so it's actually inside wherever the dust flows.
That's what.
No, but you're missing the point. The fact that the wire is encased in the plastic means the wire will not conduct electricity.
Liam, the end of the hose where it connects to the 55-gallon drum is cut. The wire is cut and spot welded is a copper wire that goes to ground. My son did all.
I know, I understand that, but I mean,
but it's not run the whole length.
The whole length is insulated.
Yeah.
No, it runs the whole length. It even crosses over the bottom of the blast gates.
Okay.
So you've got a spare wire run the length of the hose?
No,
inside.
The way
that's the problem.
No, the way it was set up, the wire that exists at the very end of it, where it connects to the intake, was cut, stripped, and tack welded a piece of copper wire that goes to a wall outlet. Then it comes down and it goes, when it gets to each blast gate, it's cut again, and another copper wire is tack welded around the blast gate to the next side. So it's utilizing the existing wire that's
that's how we're saying
is covered with plastic on the inside, so that wire is not grounding the entire length of the hose inside the tube.
So what I was saying is passing a copper wire, a bare copper wire, through the center of the hose.
I get it.
And then ground that.
Yeah, you want the dust to actually come in contact with the bare copper.
Right.
Yeah, along the length of the hose.
Essentially, all you've done is you've grounded the blast gates, which is an improvement, big time. Don't get me wrong. But ideally, you want, if that's a big concern, if it's real dry, you want just exposed copper wire.
Well, I've never even heard of it. I've never even heard of it before. I mean, I never even heard of it before. When this happened, I Googled it and I found a bunch of websites talking about it. So my son went ahead and made the modifications. But you're right. I guess that wire should be inside the.
But I mean, now that you've got the blast gates grounded out the way you're talking about, all you got to do is just take a little piece of copper wire, like a fully stripped piece of speaker wire, and tie it off on one end, and then just shoot it down the hose and tie it off the blast gate because it's grounded at both ends.
That's probably something I can do.
I mean that's
just purely
really
inside your hose. You got to have those little static pockets building up and just discharging, which would cause that little flash.
Where the blast gates join, you just solder it on each end. Is all you have to do, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, I've been woodworking for 50 years, and
it only takes one. It only takes one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had this big, huge, massive dust collection system installed on the router at the last place I worked, and they had a special blast gate that they had to, by code, because this was on a military base. The military base made them put like it's expensive valve on the outside of the building that if the big dust collector silo things on the outside of the building, if they caught fire, it wouldn't travel back in the building.
Wow.
And all of that,
it was like a pressure gauge.
Yeah, and all of the ducting for it was metal, and then where it had to go to flex hose, they had run that copper wire all the way from the head where it at the very end of the hose where it collected the dust, and then tacked it to the inside of the sheet metal ducting.
They
I think
didn't
it's
make them
strange,
use
I never heard of
Coflex.
it before.
Didn't make them use Coflex, which is the metal flexible hose, which is expensive as hell. The wolf head.
Oh, that's cool.
That filament I won from Loyal Moses. That's this color here. It's filament 1. It's a transparent orange, they call it. Real pretty, really bright. And I met one of the teeth has a little bit of damage on one of its fangs, so I puttied it. And once I'm done, and clean it up. I'll prime it, paint it black, and then I'll use rub and buff on the whole thing, and it'll look kind of like a bronze look.
Cool.
Came out really good. No issues with it whatsoever. Printed on my Hypercube.
This is a dust collection thing I got from Genmitsu for my little router.
For the
CNC.
3018? Yeah.
Yeah, for my 3018, which is going to be a 3036 soon. Or
How much was
6018.
that?
What? No,
I wanna
6060?
get that
What's
for my
going on?
3018.
I think this was like $39-$40 US, something like that. I've had it sitting here for a good part of a year. I've got to get my upgrade put on my CNC and get all this put together yet. So I've got
I
the
like that.
upgrade. I've got the metal housing, and I've got the upgraded motor, the 40,000 spindle.
Yeah. I like that because it's clear. You can see if it's
Well, it's
how
clear
it's
and it's
working.
magnetic, right? So it just
Yeah.
pops right. Yeah. So this attaches
cool.
to the router, and then also the brush part comes off as well.
When you go to change your bit, you'd have to take part of it apart. So being magnet makes it real fast and easy.
Just like that. That's it.
Yeah.
And then you can change
Wow.
your bit. Yeah.
I need to get one of those.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
And the nice thing is that would fit almost any 3018.
Yeah. Oh.
Wow.
New York,
New York.
a lot of buildings.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get the angle right.
Where's the
Maybe
Peace
you can
Tower?
tell. No, it's actually this is hold on.
Where's
Times
Domino's
Square.
Pizza?
Times Square. If you can-
Where's Domino's Pizza?
Times Square. Oh, I stayed in a hotel right there. No.
You don't, Jerry. You don't eat Domino's Pizza in New York. Are you kidding?
Hell
No.
Here, tripod. Here's a shirt here too. Look at this guy.
You eat
Yeah,
all the
like-
pizza.
Yeah, I've been drinking my my soft drink and showing off your coaster.
This is John's paid promotions.
The things John has to do to advertise.
I'm gonna torture Tim there for a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Very cool.
Nice.
Got one of his stickers. You're the one that designed it, right?
Yeah.
Hey, you
It's a little
guys,
torture.
would be the one to ask. I need an STL for the Statue of Liberty. My wife's been bugging me for 2 months now. Anybody know where I can get it? I've tried looking everywhere. I can't seem to find it.
The main search engine, go to yegi.com, and that
Yeah,
has all
I've tried.
every.
I've tried Yegi.
Huh.
If you're desperate,
So
don't
check
do
this
the
out.
Renee route.
I do
Colts,
have
3D
the Statue
fangs.
of Liberty in like 4 pieces.
Yeah,
There's a couple of them on Yegi.
I found a couple that don't have the actual base though. You know, I want to get the one with the whole base, the complete.
There is. Oh, yeah. There is some
Yeah,
on
I have
Yegi. There's some with the base.
Well, I'll have to look again on Yegi because I searched there for about an hour. I couldn't find it.
Colts 3D has one that's a freebie on
Colt,
Colts 3D with the base and all. Hang on, I'll show you.
Oh, really? Let me take a look.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'll
I got
show you.
mine from. That's what I was
And it's
looking
free.
for
It's a
before.
free one as well, which is unusual. Let's just bring the screen up. There we go. There we go.
So check this out. This is a project that I just did a little tweaking to. I built this for my mother a couple of weeks ago.
Is that a hideaway?
Murphy bed.
Yeah, nice.
Just did it out of just like stud wood.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
And then I made a little modification to it because I don't know if you can tell, but it's super deep.
Mm.
So I went out with a Sawzall
Okay.
and an orbital sander and did that in about 15 minutes.
That's cool.
Be a lot easier to change sheets that way.
Yeah, it was a lot easier to get in and out of because you got to think that's a memory foam mattress. So you sit down on it, it collapses.
Oh, and it sinks.
And this is like a twin XL. She's not very tall. So like she fits in the bed fine, but when it comes time to get out, you got to get over that hump. Well, not anymore.
Neat.
But that was 2x8s on the side, that wood was so heavy that without the weight, before it would lay down on its own without the weight of the bed, but now the spring tension with that chunk of wood missing, the spring tension is enough to lift it without a mattress in it.
Nice.
I just dropped the link there for you, Rich.
Yeah, I actually found it. I've been browsing here.
Oh, there it is.
But
It's in high quality and it's a freebie too, which is nice. So
Yeah, if it doesn't have the full like star base to it, there is a download for the whole for just the base only.
So
Let's bring up Matt.
3D
See what
is
he's
not
up
loaded.
to.
Oh, look at that. That's it. Yes, that's the one I need right there.
How you doing, Matt?
How much is this?
Nothing much. Just got home from running around. So I gotta take a print off of the Nova. Gotta take a print off of the Sonic Mini 8K, and then we gotta start up a bunch of prints with the Sonic Mini 4K, the Sonic Mini 8K, and the Sonic Mighty 4K.
Mighty.
Nice.
The Mighty.
But the Mighty is pretty much just as big as the new Mini 8K. So,
Wow.
I think it's about a half an
I
inch
got
taller.
something mighty, so.
You need to pack up your wife's area back there since she's not doing nothing with it and expand.
Yeah, I wish. I actually moved everything closer so I can have, because like right behind here is the TV. So my son can come down here and play video games and whatnot. So
Okay.
I don't know if they'll let me take that over.
Gary, I got a truck
Jerry?
out front. I'll be
Jerry?
right back.
If
Okay.
he does that, he'll get in trouble. He knows better than to touch his wife's stuff.
Yeah. I'd rather not be unalived. So
Yep. I used to have the whole basement, and I had to put a wall then so that we had a room for the TV and play area. So
that's exactly what happened here. I had the whole basement, and that lasted for maybe 4 months.
Yep.
So,
Sounds
I have the whole basement.
lucky.
I'm doing
You
the
have the whole
opposite.
house. So.
Yeah.
I'm doing the opposite. I'm slowly encouraging into areas of the basement and taking over bits and pieces, expanding.
I wish I had a basement.
Yeah, you see, I have a 9-foot by 9-foot bedroom that I have 7 FDM printers and a 4x4 CNC.
Oh, nice.
But Jerry,
Like
you
if
got a
I'm
garage.
reclining in my chair, the only place I can go is into the CNC machine.
Oh
Look,
boy!
What's that, Tim?
I said you got a garage.
Yeah, I got the garage and I got the biggest room in the house right here. Then I enclosed my
Yeah.
patio. So
Yep. Yeah, I don't have a garage,
And
unfortunately.
my garage is used for cars.
cars
and telescopes.
What? You got cars in your garage? How un-American of you?
No,
Cars and telescopes.
A garage is to be a workshop. Cars go in the driveway.
No.
I have a laser in my garage, but it's too cold to go out there and use it right now.
Heater. Turn on a heater. Insulate the door.
The garage isn't insulated.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Well, you can put a portable heater out there.
Yeah, I guess I could. And one of those infrared ones above the workbench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
know, it's funny, it's-
garage hoodie. A big heavy jacket.
There you go.
Big fur lining on it. Real expensive. Says Tripod's Garage all over it.
Yeah. Hey.
it's funny when me and my wife were shopping for a house when we bought this house. We had to tell the real estate agent that we want a 3-bedroom, even though it's just the 2 of us. And the agent was like, "Oh, you plan on having a whole bunch of kids?" And I was like, No, we need a room for the animals and a room for all of my shit. So like, if you can find us one with a big garage, we can deal with 1 bedroom. But if it don't have a garage, it's got to have 3.
Yeah, I wish I had a 3-car garage. But when I bought my house, my garage was turned sideways in front of my house. So my front door is here. My garage runs this way. And my truck, a regular full-size pickup truck, extended cab, will not fit in there even if I emptied it out because the door will hit the bumper because the garage isn't deep enough, even if I wanted to park in there.
Gotcha.
No, but you don't. Also, you don't have to shovel snow off your car in the winter
No, never.
and stuff. So that a garage is good for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's why my garage is used for cars.
Yeah.
I have a 3-car. The two are used for a car. My truck won't fit in there, but there's 2 other cars in there. And in the other one, the single car, is where I keep my telescopes and my tools.
Cool. A car lift in his garage. That's awesome.
That is cool. Yeah, I park on the street. Maria parks in the garage. So.
Yeah, I park in the
There's never
driveway.
enough
My
snow
truck
to
won't
have to
fit.
shovel it here. Everything's closed anyway, so.
If I can,
I know. Here it has to be a foot of snow before they shut down.
I'm hoping to get some kind of a deal from One Infinity, but I don't think they're going to work with me. But if they do, I'm prepared to buy a Journeyman. But I just have to wait and see if I can get any kind of a deal on it, which I don't think I can.
Yeah, I was telling Zach earlier. My neighbor was coming home. We got a bunch of snow last night. My neighbor was coming home as I was going out into the garage to fire up the snow thrower. He was like talking to me about all this maintenance and everything he's got to do on the snow thrower because it wasn't running right or whatever. I've got this really old snow thrower. It's probably about as old as I am. And I turned the fuel on, primed it 3 times, put a little choke on it. I look him square in the eye. First pull, fired right up.
Wow.
Mine starts the same way.
Technology.
Mine was sitting there all summer, not since February of last year or February of the year, and it's been sitting there for months and months and months. And I put in. I never done rid of the fuel because I always put the stabilizer into the fuel, so I never drain it out. I don't need to, and I just put it on, put it over the start, bit of choke, bang, up she came straight away, no problems.
If it's a Honda engines always run. They're
Yeah, it's not a Honda engine of mine.
This is like a Tecumseh engine. It's
Oh, guys, my son is calling me.
All right, well, take care, Ben. Thank you. You're always welcome.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is you turn off the fuel, you run all the fuel out of the bowl, out of the carburetor, and
that's all I do.
Yeah, and it's perfect for the next year.
I don't even do that.
Yeah,
that's the way to do it.
What I do is while it's running, I'll turn off the fuel line so it burns what's in there, and that's it.
Yeah, that's
all I do for a whole year. That's all I do.
Yeah, that's what you do.
That's exactly
StreamYard
the
is
same
broke. Look at this. They're black and white. They're in chat. They're in color, the emojis, but everything's popping up in black and white on the screen.
Oh, too funny.
Yeah, it's showing color on the YouTube. Okay, the emojis and
yeah, it's just when I show them, they're not showing up right.
That's
weird. They are for me. Put them up again.
Right here on the screen, mine are black and white.
No, they're color for me.
They're color.
Black and white for me.
Oh, the emojis. Yeah, the emojis are black and white.
No, they're not for me. They're color for me. I can see them.
They're in color on both StreamYard and
on the screen.
YouTube.
They're in color right now.
On the screen.
Okay, because in chat in StreamYard they're in color, but on the screen I see it says Tripod's Garage. It's blue, and then the emojis are black and white.
Okay,
no, not for me.
So
they're black and white for me too.
Yeah, Liam,
Okay.
look in the lower left-hand corner of the stream window.
The actual screen.
Yeah, the stream itself. They're
Where all
black
the
and white.
people are actually at.
You know what? On YouTube, they at the bottom left, they're showing up in color on YouTube.
Yeah, they are in color on YouTube.
That's weird.
On the video?
Mine are in color.
Okay.
They're both in the chat, on the screen, and also in StreamYard for me. They're all showing in color.
That's strange.
Let me just try. Let me just throw one up on the screen. Let's just have a quick test. Let's have a look.
Yeah, show it up because I'm seeing it in color here.
Right, so it's showing up in the chat there.
Hey, Dum Dum, how you doing? Oh yeah, Big Mike. If you're watching, last week I did message that company, Airwolf 3D, I think it was, here in Vegas. I left them a big long email about possibly going down there and interviewing them or having them on as a special guest. They never got back with me. But if you're watching Big Mike, I did contact him.
I used to use their Wolf Bite product until it started absolutely destroying glass beds.
Wow.
Because the ABS would stick so good to the glass, it would pull a chunk out of the glass.
Dang.
Yeah, so well, where did Matt go?
He ran away.
Fell off as well. He ran away. Maybe the boss dragged him off, kicking and screaming.
All right, guys, I got to run. I got to a piece of furniture that's flat packed. I got to put together for my wife. So,
All right. Got it. Happy wife. You don't get choked in your sleep.
Life. You got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
Take care, Rich. Thank you for joining me.
All right, y'all. Good to see you all. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Did he just turn off his cam instead of leaving the stream?
No, that's fine. When I have to get up to use a restroom or something or check the mail, I usually do that.
Well, he turned the sound off too. So we'll probably be hopping back on.
Yeah, Tim ran off too.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Maria called him.
If anybody would like to drop in, here's a link. If you want to come and hang out and talk about what you're working on, you're very welcome to.
I haven't been printing anything.
What's wrong with you?
Test prints. Figuring I'm troubleshooting something, so all I've been doing is test prints.
Yep, mostly printing CNC is what I'm kind of working on. That's
I've got a printer with Z banding that I'm trying to figure out what's going on with it.
Mm.
It's not lubrication, and I don't think it's the Z screws. I checked them; they seem to be pretty good. Bless you. So I'm suspicious of one of the stepper motors. I know overheats, so I know it's a bad stepper motor. I have new ones I'm waiting on, and that could, because that's not stepping evenly, could be causing the banding. So I'll see when we'll see when the new ones arrive Monday. But other than that, I have I'm trying to figure out why this is. I'm getting Z bands on this.
Gotcha.
Well, Tripod, if you want to show us what you're working on or your messy garage or whatever, you're very welcome to pop in. You're always welcome.
This is the last thing I printed.
Yeah, I saw that. It's nice.
It's a double roller?
Yeah.
As far as
I printed 3 of them, and I ended up not needing them. So I've got 3 of these.
Been there, done that.
I found a use for 2 of them, but this is the spare. It's just like, okay, what do I do with this? And these are nice too. Like they're on Thingiverse, but you can print all kinds of different
ends for them. Yeah. I got the same roller on my CR6. It's they work really good with the bearings on. They're just so smooth, rolling back and forth.
And there's just like I got the crappiest bearings I could get on Amazon. So they're smooth, but there's plenty of drag. So you don't have the
you don't need expensive bearings. It's not doing any real work. Just rocking back and forth. So
you want a little bit of drag on them, because if you don't have a little bit of drag, you'll end up getting an issue of this. Especially a heavy spool will keep rotating and unwind the spool. Yeah.
Yeah, there's just enough drag on these not to worry about that.
It's good.
Yeah,
I've seen people running into that issue, and it happens a lot when they go to the bearings. Like if you're doing a 10-kilo spool, that probably won't happen as much, but you need to have some way of shimming it a little bit to create a little bit of resistance.
Another thing too is if your filament path is constrained all the way to your head inside of a reverse Bowden tube, there's a very, very reduced chance of that happening, because you don't ever pull a whole bunch of filament at once.
Correct.
You only pull it.
Tim's playing with the balls again.
He's laughing his ass off there.
Yeah. But I think he's laughing because he actually caught it when it shot up.
It's a little thing that you turn it on, and then you
throw it up in the air and it bounces around in the air, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, like a drone.
He almost lost it.
Yeah, I've seen those at Walmart.
It keeps hitting the wall. See, the wall is good, Tim. Not only does it limit your space, but it also stops you from sending it off flying around the room, damaging stuff.
I know.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm debating whether or not I could give that to Ethan for Christmas. I don't know if he's too young for it. It says 6+, so.
No, he'd be fine with it.
This was
Can
a
he stick his
Kickstarter
fingers
thing 3
into
years
it, and
ago.
will one of the little blades hit his fingers?
No, it's enclosed.
No, there's a cage in it.
Close, yeah. Yeah.
The one thing you might want to do is keep your step ladder or keep your extension ladder out of the garage, because it'll end up in your gutter so many times you'll have to go up after it.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
one of these.
the kid will be fine. The rest of the stuff in the house,
Yeah.
who knows?
Questionable in future.
Oh man! But you guys caught me playing with my ball.
Yep.
Where's the other one? In Maria's purse?
Quit having a ball.
I've actually got 4 of them. It was a Kickstarter.
You gotta have speed just in case.
It's got to be hard to
Speed
walk.
just in case. Yeah.
Come on. There we go.
Clang.
With that many, you shaking your jingle.
Please. Oh, that's
Matt,
nice.
you're just sucking up, Matt. You're just sucking up. The mic's off as well. You're
Nice.
muted, Matt, as well. Yeah.
What'd you do wrong?
Let's see. With all the stuff that he's doing, he's kissing up to somebody because
Yeah.
Nice product placement there on the right.
Yep. Just give him that.
See, this is Matt kissing up, you know.
Yeah.
Matt, why don't you design one that you're muted?
Yeah, you muted yourself. Yeah.
No, it's okay. Stay that way.
Hey, Thomas, how you doing?
Hey, Thomas.
Hey, Mr. Viking.
I have this. I designed this for Focus, the lamp, and I did also some other lamps for other companies, and I worked with some of them together and designed lamps, and they seem to be happy with it, and I'm happy. And oh, I'm very quiet. All right.
Yeah. Put your volume down. We can hear you still, Matt.
Matt, why don't you design one that says this here?
Ah, come on. Man, come on, it's a little bit old.
I know. I got to get some original new material.
Yeah.
He's still using the Ike one, so I don't care. It's like yours is newer than that.
I know, it's old news.
So, Maker Viking, is the printer done yet?
Which one?
Exactly.
Hey, Blasto. Here's a link. If anybody else wants to come in and hang out and chit chat, you're very welcome to.
So I've opened my entry form early, and I got 45 replies already. I don't see Matt on there, so I think I'll close it off real quick.
That's
I didn't even see our entry form yet.
Oh, didn't you?
No.
It's on the description of the last video I posted.
All right, I have to have a look.
Let's see.
It's also in Focus.
Dan Matt.
It's a week from tomorrow, right, Tim?
Yes, 4 o'clock East Mountain Standard Time.
So
No, I
I
haven't
realized
seen
the
him
other
in
day,
the
out of all of these giveaways everybody's done, I've won a total of 3 rolls of filament, and one of those 3 was open and partially used.
Oh,
Yeah. I thought you might have, Matt. I thought you might have. But that's the freebie as well, which is quite good.
well, Zach, all the ones you'll get from my giveaway are all guaranteed to be new and unopened.
No, what it was Alien had a Halloween stream in 2020, and I want to roll a filament on that. And I asked him if he had any, ASA laying around that he couldn't sell, didn't want to get rid of. He's like, I got one. I opened it and took one sample off of it. I'm like, send it.
One of my local guys dropped a couple of these off for me. It's a couple rolls of 3D Fuel Pro PLA that I'm giving away.
That is some excellent stuff.
Yeah, so I got 2 kilos of this to give away. So,
Hey, Tim, people that are watching, tell them what we're talking about here on the 19th.
Oh, okay. So anybody who's unaware, I'm doing a 1,000 subscriber giveaway to celebrate hitting that milestone 1 week tomorrow on the 19th at 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So far, I've got, I just had another company come on board yesterday, actually. So we've got about 29 prizes to give away, totaling over $3,000 Canadian, about $2,500 US.
Nice.
So, yeah. So there's lots of opportunities to win. There's some Canada only. There's some US only. There's worldwide. There's some Europe only. So yeah. So if you go to the entry form is open right now. If you go to my video, there we go. If you go to my video that I posted Friday or Thursday talking about the giveaway, in the description of the video, there is a link to the form that you can go to enter. So enter. I've got 45 entries so far.
Your marketing manager is behind you.
Yep.
Yeah.
My marketing manager. Say hi.
Yep.
You know what to say.
Hey, Mini Tim. Hello.
There we go.
Thank you. The same thing, yeah.
There you go.
You got a cool shirt there. Look at that.
Cool.
Yeah. And then what happens when
I
you go
want
down
that
with it?
shirt.
Look at that. A cool shirt.
Hey, Daddy.
Yes.
I need your help again.
Okay. I shall be right back, guys.
No worries, Tim.
All right.
All right.
See ya. I need to get myself one of those.
So
What a-
what have you been
a
up to?
small
today, Kieran?
child.
What have you been printing lately, Kieran? What have you been
Yeah.
up to?
Unlike Liam and his train fixation, I just printed out an entire train set, as you can see behind me. There we- I just did the whole train because Liam just did the engine, so I went the whole
Kid and caboodle.
the kit and caboodle
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
with the whole.
That's heavy work, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. You know, the whole moving parts, and
That's all print and play stuff, isn't it?
that's all print and play stuff. Yep. And then of course every train needs a caboose at the end as well. So it's all print and place. So that's for my grandnephew for the Christmas. So that's gonna get sent off. So, but nice and colourful. Came out really nice. The filaments PLA Pro came out really nice, which is what you want for a nice Christmas present for a child.
There you go.
Nice and solid, and can't do real damage to that. So it's good.
Yeah.
But apart from that,
I'm not printing toys anymore. That date's come and gone, so I'm done with it.
Yeah, you're
you
starting in
need
January again.
family with children. I've got so many nephews and nieces. It's ridiculous.
My youngest is 15, so
This is for my future son.
That looks like a Fate's End. That's Fate's End, isn't it?
Wow.
Fate's End Dice Tower. Recognise that? Yep, Fate's End.
Nice.
So
That's a freebie. That one is too. That was the first freebie, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a freebie. And look how nice it came out.
nice.
Yeah.
FDM or resin? FDM?
FDM. Oops, what went out there? Yep. What else I made? I made quite a few things. I made the same dice tower twice, but it came out a little bit short. So I had a power failure.
Oh, so you glued the top and bottom together.
Yeah.
Waste not, want not.
Yeah, exactly. You know. Oh, this one doesn't work. Oh.
It's a dice eater, not a dice tower. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, it's too big. Oh man, that's sad.
Ah, you're breaking it.
Ah.
Time to break out the Dremel.
Yeah.
Here's a link to Maker Viking shirts. Let me share my screen real quick and I'll show you. Let's see, share screen. And there's the link right there. Very cool.
Maybe I make a Smurf house or a hamster house out of that.
His answer to my question.
Yep.
No, my
Very nice.
So I don't know if anybody's seen this before. It's Prusament PLA recycled.
Recycled PLA. I haven't seen that before. No.
Yeah, from Prusa.
From Joe.
I've seen recycled PET G.
Yeah.
How big is that spool? That looks kind of big.
2 kilograms.
Really?
Yeah. And I guess the only disadvantage is you don't get to pick a color. It's just what it is.
Right.
But it's almost like a greenish gray.
But I mean,
So
that's
it's probably
good.
from their recycling from their manufacturing that they print so many parts and they recycle their failed prints.
Yeah.
For coax, they do something similar. They take all their premium PLA and the regular PLA, and they it's like all of the out of spec stuff. They'll regrind it,
Right.
and re-extrude it. That's what they've been doing, and that's the one that's actually pretty good. And they said it's kind of a good mix for like if you need something that's a little bit stronger because it's got their premium PLA in it. So,
anybody, Maker Viking, or anybody here that's a mod, you're very welcome to plug or post anything you want in chat. Regarding the hobby stuff that we're doing, you're very welcome to. So.
I've used the IC3D recycled PETG, and it prints really nice. It's so easy to print. It prints all about, because when you recycle PETG, the structure is changed a little bit when they reprocess it. So it actually prints kind of like PLA, almost as easy as PLA with the PETG temperatures, but pretty much the PLA retraction and all those other settings are similar. So it prints similar to it like a PLA, but it's actually the PETG. It's actually a really nice material.
So once I got my green gate that I bought at Earth, where it was so insanely wet, I finally dried it out, and it prints great.
That's all recycled as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
The green gate?
Yeah.
That's a nice looking resin print there.
This is Shitu Box Globe.
Oh, cool.
So it's got a little Santa inside of it.
Oh, nice. Neat.
And this is the base, and that basically goes together, and you glue it together. But what's
so
cool
the base
about
is
this,
the inset's hollow? It's hollow inside?
Yeah. So you can actually create this inside of Shitu Box. So you can take an image and put it inside of a globe, and it'll hollow it out, or a 3D model, hollow it out, and then you got a globe.
That's the pro version, though, isn't it? That's not the free. That's in the pro only, isn't it?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. I have the pro, and I didn't know that. I just slice and print.
I have not tried it. This is Shitu Box file, but I am planning on trying to test it out because right now on the GK1 I have the Monicure Crystal Clear, which is what you guys just saw.
I'll have to look for that. I haven't had any resin in like a month. I've been out of resin, but I'll have to look for that. It'd be cool to put some pictures in there. Put my mother-in-law or something in a globe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you going to put a light on the bottom?
Well, mine went somewhere else when you said about doing that.
Yeah, you need a very big globe for that one, Gilliam. Yeah.
Wonder if you
could
could
do concrete.
I don't have those problems because my mother-in-law lives on the other side of the planet.
Yeah, mine.
I wonder if you notched out a
little
little
visit on the 20th for 2 weeks, so she'll be here the day after DeWitt stream.
Mine lives in the Philippines, so.
No, I wonder if you had a little notch on the bottom of the stand there, and you could put a single LED in.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can drill that if I wanted to, and
yeah, I just wonder if that would light it up nicely. That'd be cool.
Yeah, because I have I went out and I bought a bunch of packages of 5mm LEDs.
Oh, okay.
And I can just throw them in there, and they run off of little cell batteries, so they're kind of nice.
Using a little Dremel or something, if you try a regular drill, you might blow up the print with the speed.
Yeah, I have my my Dremel set up here, so all I have to do is just swap out the head and put a little drill on it, and
yeah,
there we go.
Those are nice for you. You're going to control the speed that's slow or fast. I got a generic Dremel.
Yeah, mine's mounted like right underneath the desk, just out of camera, and so I just have like the hose sticking out towards me, so I can come up and use it on this area if I wanted to.
So I got a funny little anecdote about a Dremel.
What?
Look at this. So I needed to cut some 8mm rods, like what we use for printing.
Yep.
I had this.
Little bandsaw, yeah.
Yeah. Like 10 seconds of that bandsaw on that rod, and the teeth were gone.
Oh, wow.
Dremel with a little cutoff wheel, cut through it like it was hot butter.
Okay, wow. The cutoff wheels I get, they're so damn fragile, they break really easy. Are those thicker?
No.
Are they? Okay.
No. I mean, I went through a couple because they would break, but that cut the hardened rod like it wasn't nothing.
Wow.
It's got to go fast enough. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and don't put too much pressure on it. Let it cut itself rather than putting pressure. Because if you put pressure, you tear the wood apart. But you just let it do its own cutting, like eat away in its own speed. It lasts much longer. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. These reinforced ones.
Yeah,
they're awesome.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're cheap.
Yeah, they're not much more expensive than the really cheap brittle ones. Like if you need to have a small kerf, the really thin ones are really good for that. But the reinforced ones are really good.
Yeah, they cost a couple of bucks extra for a pack of them.
Yeah, but you can do so much with them. Before they go away, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love my Dremel. I use it all the time. I don't have the one with the long extension hose like you guys. Some of you guys have.
I've never used it. Every time I open the lid of the generic Dremel, the little hose thing flies everywhere, and I got to re-stick it back in there.
No, I don't have that. I have a battery Dremel, so it's very mobile, so it's great.
I'd rather have mine 110. Certain tools I don't want on the battery. Anything small, it's just something to go dead on you, or you can't charge.
Here's the thing: the whole thing with the wand, for what I was trying to accomplish, is you see how big the Dremel is, right? You see how small the wand is. I'm trying to get a square cut on a piece of rod. So this, I could actually get a fairly decent square cut. I couldn't get the wheel close enough to the rod
without hitting that.
Right.
Yeah.
So you guys know about Adam Savage, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So he did a video on his channel, the Tessa channel, about his favorite, rotary tool, and might be something that you might want to go look at because they're actually fairly affordable. And it's basically a motor in a box, and it's got the big snake thing with it, and the thing just like with the regular Dremel, you'll know that it's got a bunch of run out and everything that kind of vibrates really bad, and the one that he got, you don't see it like vibrate, and it's actually seems
okay.
Like
give me a link so I can buy it.
All right.
My wife bought a $200 smartwatch for herself for Christmas without saying anything about it. So it's like I'm on the hunt for something to
payback.
Even the
be
score.
like, yeah, well, you bought a $200 watch.
He's looking to even the score, is what he's doing.
Yeah.
Watching him out.
You're watching me?
Yeah.
We're watching Matt Davidy's ball.
So I got to clean up the edge a little bit, but you can see it's hollowed. And yeah, you could just
That's
put
really cool.
Drill a hole right below that and put it to sit, and there we go.
The last time I cured something clear, it seems to me I clear coated it before I cured it to try to keep it from going yellow.
Yeah, so this is Monicure 3D's Crystal Clear, which is quite expensive, but it does not yellow at all.
Oh, good.
The only thing is, like, it's not super clear because when you cure it, obviously it's going to frost up. But what you can do is you can actually cure it and then dip it in the resin again, put it inside water and cure it, and it'll turn it into glass, basically.
Did you try just curing it in water from the first place? It doesn't frost at all?
I have not done that yet. No, I just learned about this the other day.
I've never tried curing in water yet.
Well, curing in water allows the light to diffract and bend around it.
Right.
And it takes a little longer, but it actually does a more even cure of the part.
Right. And that's what a lot of people use for, like, the cheaper clear resins, so they don't yellow. That's what people use to do that, or they use a dye, like a light blue dye. You can add it in there, and that'll help with the curing process on it. So, but I think Monicure uses purple, if I'm not mistaken, for this formulation. So,
Shane, what was the link you were talking about, or Zach, one of you guys, on the guy building his own extraction system for dust?
I sent it to you in the private chat. That's Matthias Wendell. That's a direct link to the search. on the YouTube to. He's got a bunch of videos for different types because he builds a lot of his own machines, like his own drum sanders, belt sanders, band saws. So he's got a lot of different types. So
I just subbed to him. Thank you.
All right. And then I posted in the private chat as well the YouTube video of Adam Savage talking about the precision rotary tool.
Yeah, I just posted the link on the YouTube as well.
Okay.
I have a question, guys.
Yeah.
Has anyone considered doing? I know I looked online. There's a few people who have been talking about it, but no one's actually built one that I know of. Core XY IDEX.
Core XY IDEX, yeah.
Basically, an IDEX you stack the belts.
There was a guy at Murph this year that had a IDEX H-bot set up.
That was the Modex, right? The guy behind us, 2 rows.
Yeah, that's going to be the closest thing I've ever seen that you're talking about, and it looks like it works fantastic. The fact that you've got the loop around belt on both sides negates any racking issues. I have no idea how you would program the firmware for that thing. I'm sure you can find out from him. But that thing was awesome.
So I was thinking like you could do it with like a normal Core XY. You just stack the belts one belt on top of the other, right? If it's on linear rails, there's going to be no deviation on it.
You see, I was thinking about doing that with my string design because the strings take up a whole lot less room than the belts do. But yes, what you're talking about, that would definitely be possible.
Yeah, because that's the thing. If you're doing double linear rails, all the way around, and you do double the belts. You just stack the belts maybe 5 mil apart, and you have, as long as you have solid mounts, and there should be no deviation on them when it's moving.
Hey, Liam, who was it we had on last week? Was it Rich that was talking about a printer he's going to build that's like 5 foot by 5 foot?
It was Blasto.
Oh, was it Blasto? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the trick, Liam, is you've got to get the firmware because you got to think whenever you've got one head parked, right, and your other head, the 2 motors are responsible for X and Y movement for the Core XY.
Yeah.
So your firmware has to always have Y movements coordinated. They always have to have Y movements coordinated. So if you're parked at X0 and your other head's printing, anytime it moves in Y, the other one has to command the same. So it's computing the Core XY kinematics twice. So you have to run your coordinated move on the active head, and that has to have its Y value stripped and sent to the inactive head to move at the same time. And setting that up in firmware would be the hardest part.
Yeah, but it did. Like,
I'm glad you pulled them up, not pulled them down, Tim.
Yeah.
But in theory, though, it should work fine. It should work.
No, yeah. In theory, it should work fine, and it should actually end up with a printer that you have less issues with gantry racking.
Yeah. Oh,
I think remember that anyway, but.
Remember we were talking about no one's shipping. Nobody today is shipping Clipper on printers. I think I just changed that with the manufacturer.
Oh, nice.
So, well, they're looking at it. They were going to do Maryland only, and I convinced them, and I showed them all the benefits of it. So even though so they're actually looking into using Clipper on a machine. They're planning for mid next year. So if it works out for them, and hopefully it will, it'll be fantastic. What is the ETA on Clipper supporting IDEX, like duplication and mirror mode?
I don't know. I haven't really looked into it.
I know they were developing it. They were working on it, but
yeah, there was a fork of the code that had it implemented, and I thought it was getting added, but I haven't really dug into it lately.
Yeah, because if I'm going to do, I'd like to do Clipper on an IDEX. and do all the sensors and so on the heads. That way, then you do double testing on T0 and T1, and so your output then would be fantastic.
Yeah, I got mine printing, and I haven't really messed with it since. I started a print on it a week or two ago, and had some adhesion issues, and just kind of like it. I'll do something else.
Some other time, I'll get back to it.
My Core
XY, that's one of the problems with having as many printers as I have, is if one stops working, it's just like
move on.
Turn it off. Turn this other one on.
Yep, I have that problem too. Oh, sorry, Jerry. What were you saying?
My Core XY, my belts are currently very loose on it, but when I just did that Wolf, it printed fine. So I'll just let it be until its print screws up. Like I said, it's very hard to get to. I got to take it off the shelf, put it on the table, spin it around backwards, and then on the head, it's very hard to get to them. You got to loosen up these 3 little bolts, get a pair of needle nose pliers, and try to pull the little bit of belt that's there, because you can't leave a lot of excess, because when it travels back and forth, it'll bind. It'll hit it, so it's very hard to tension.
Did you?
Yeah, my main Core XY. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say, did you think about printing the rat rig head and mounting it on your printer?
I haven't even looked at it. I don't know if it would even work. I haven't looked at it.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying. Go on, Zach.
You've got a Hypercube Evolution, right?
Yeah.
That's what I've got, and it's got Z banding bad, like real bad.
I have a printer that's doing banding like that. Not as bad as that though.
Is that new printer you were talking about, Liam?
Yeah, but I know I have a bad stepper motor. I have a new stepper coming in Monday. New steppers coming in, so it could be the steppers that are causing it. Because I have one stepper that gets super hot.
Hand?
I do have other steppers, but not that size. It won't fit.
That was Tim's excuse last week. He didn't have a little stepper.
Yeah, well, Tim is working now, though.
On my desk. This is just in the junk that's on my desk. I've got 3.
Well, what I do is I have some machines that I don't use very often. So if I need spare parts, I'll go to one of those and then pull something off one.
I used to rob parts off of machines, and God, I hate it. But then you got to go fix them.
Well, this one that I took off was going to go straight back on, so it doesn't matter. But for the other one, the steppers, they were an unusual voltage. They're 24 volt, but there was something different about them. None of the ones I had that were that physical size would work. So I have replacements coming in on Monday, maybe tomorrow, but for definitely for Monday.
They probably real high resistance per phase.
Maybe. So I'm going to switch them out.
I got a set of those actually just given to me because somebody bought them by mistake, and I thought, I'll run them on a 24 volt printer. None of them will move. They
jitter only. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is when the other ones come in, I'll switch them out. I'll switch both of them out, and then I'll run some test prints to see if the bend goes away. If it does, it just confirms it was my stepper. It also could be it looks like my bed is holding temperature, but bed temperature not being equal can actually cause bending as well if you don't. So I may have to rerun PID tuning on the bed as well.
Yeah, I'm torn between on my Hypercube either just like scrapping it and building a Boron 2.4 or coming up with trying to adapt like a 3-point leveling system to it.
Okay, then you put in a different kinematic bed.
Yeah. Because I do not have heat issues with it. I've got a solid state relay and it's fully enclosed. It's mains powered bed.
Okay. Well,
take care, old curmudgeon.
And that was a 28-hour print because I printed 3 of those at the same time. And you saw how bad the banding looked.
Yeah, I don't have that. I'll show you mine. Let me bring in the part. 1 second.
You warm enough now, Tim?
Huh?
You warm enough now?
Yeah, I am. I tried to put that 2.5 kilo roll for my rat rig to get that one print going, but it won't fit on the spool holder I got up there.
Spool holder.
Gotta...
I was thinking how wide that spool's got to be to hang on that. Yeah.
It'll go on it, but the nut won't get in the other side. The spool's too wide. So
hey Tim, do you have any pictures of your hot end or the assembly that goes on that rat rig? If so, could you send me a picture? Because I don't know if I could adapt that to my hypercube or not.
So pictures of the hot end assembly?
Well, the assembly that's on the two linear rails. Or do you have two linear rails? Is it set up on two or one?
It's set up on the hot end is set up on one linear rail.
Okay, that's different than mine. Then I have two, one above the other. All right, never mind.
Yeah. No, just a single linear rail.
Could you use that filament stand to your right there, Tim? The ones with the adjustable gap.
Yeah.
Will it feed the rat rig or not?
Yours is really regular.
Yeah, but that's it's regular, and it actually looks worse on camera. You can see it, but you don't really feel it that much. A little bit, but not much. So I'm wondering if it, and that's why I think it's just one of the, because I have two Z screws. I'm thinking, and one of them gets really hot. So I think, and I know it's missing steps every now and again, and that could be the root cause of that. And it's very light.
Yeah.
It looks worse in the light.
That's what's bad about taking
you
pictures.
don't feel it that much.
I posted so many things online over the years. You take a picture, it's like, God, that looks like hell.
Yeah. Yeah, the camera doesn't lie. It makes it worse. But it's really good. Look, the print quality of the machine is good. Other than those banding, the print is excellent. Like, this is no support. So look how good, well that came out.
Hey, Bill Overbot, how you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, not too bad.
So it prints good. It's just that banding issue, and it's not everywhere. So maybe the stepper will fix it, and the problem will go away. That's because other than that, the printer prints fantastic.
What's new with you today? What do you got going on?
Hey, Robert.
Right now I'm moving all these printers to the new location. We ran new wiring and moved it all to one place.
You don't have enough filament there.
Are you
need
on a
more.
cell phone right now?
Yeah, I am on a cell phone.
Turn it sideways, you go full screen.
Let's see.
Your video quality is really good, but you flip it, it should. There you go.
There you go.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think you need a little bit more filament. You're looking like you don't have much.
He's got lots of room. He's got too much space there. You need to fill the space in some more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of
the
vinyl,
filament is probably about 2 months supply.
Wow.
I go through about a kilogram a day, typically, when I'm running everything.
You do a lot of vinyl cutting too? You got a lot of vinyl hanging.
I own a outdoor power equipment dealership, and this is the back corner of that.
Oh.
So we make like decals for our name to put on the equipment that we sell. That's what that's from. I also have heat presses right here. There's two of them for putting vinyl on like shirts.
Nice.
Hats, that sort of thing.
What do you use to cut your vinyl?
And I have can't remember the brand of the vinyl cutter, but it's not the most commercial unit, but I'm not using a Cricut or by any means.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think it's like an R series from Vinyl Warehouse.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But
cool.
As I said, I'm not in the level of where you're at, probably.
No, I mean, not much to vinyl cutters these days.
It's worked well. I mean, I got a 36-inch cut is what we ended up with. So
that's a big area though. So you got 36-inch wide, and you have an endless Z, right?
Yeah.
Basically on the other axis, the Y axis.
Yeah, you'd have endless Y. Z is, it's just a magnetic solenoid.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Now the heat presses, I only have. Let's see if I can turn this a little bit and it'll show it. Just the clamshell here, and for like shirts. And the other thing is where I've been messing with the chameleon. setup.
Is that a 5 Max? Is that a CR10 Max you have there, or what are you playing with?
Yes, that's what got me back into it. I have a print R-Bot, which kind of sucks. And believe it or not, I actually built a riprap back in the day, and I really hated it. But I won the CR10 Max, which is how I got back into your group. I was looking for people with the CR10 Max. I won that off of Thangs.com contest.
Nice.
And that's what I used to build the last of the parts for my CNC plasma machine in the back. So
I have a CR10 Max I bought used from a friend of mine here in Vegas, and Trevor from Navari 3D Printing, which he has 3 or 4 of them. Recommends it originally came from Tiny Machines down in Texas, and has their version of Marlin on it. And he recommended that I disconnect my filament runout sensor. Whenever I go to do a filament change, he said go to the panel, slow it down to like 10% on an inside layer, preferably. It barely runs it, and then hand pull it out and switch your filament. Because on his, quite often, when he would let it trip the sensor, it would restart in a different position and screw his print up. So ever since he told me that, I do a manual switch. I just yank it and shove it back in, and I speed it back up to 100%.
well, with the Chameleon 3D, which is not installed on it yet, that's what I was kind of working on a little bit in the background. I'm working on trying to figure out a place to put the sensors. But with that, I'll have to bypass, and I've already moved the filament sensor out of the way, making it basically useless. Because I can't seem to get it to line up and feed through the filament sensor without jamming. And even if I did, when it pulled it out, it would kick the machine and tell it it's out of filament.
Yeah, well,
because the CR10 Max is 4 color now. So.
Oh wow!
And when I had a spool on top of the Max, with a loop coming down, going inside of it, it was dragging the filament, the edge, and it was like shaving. I was getting like shavings everywhere. So since my Kaiwu doesn't work properly, I just use the Kaiwu to hold filament, and it's a decoration. The one printer.
I had that problem too, but now again, I'm just installing the 4 color. So I suspect that when I changed out to the Bowden tube going into the filament extruder, I think that'll go away. So,
okay.
And again, that's hope. We'll see in the next week or so.
Hey, Andrew, how you doing?
Guess I made it.
Don't talk at once, everybody.
Sorry, I'm just sending a message. Sorry, guys.
I'm printing a job on the King Rune.
Did you start a second large dragon, Tim?
No, not yet. No, I got customers' work I got to get done first.
Bugger, those damn annoying customers having to get those bills paid. How annoying.
I don't think I want to jump on the Dragon bandwagon, but I am printing oil modes at 200%.
There you go.
So, okay.
With a little cowboy hat on.
Do you do a bunch of 3D printing through the shop then, Tim, or
I'm
you just started that?
Starting to do more and more now. I mean, I've been advertising it lightly for the last couple of years, but we're just starting to I'm getting about 3 to 4 requests for quotes a week. A lot of them are people that have little files, and I do a minimum $35 charge for anything, and people just don't want to pay that for a small print. So I say, well, I'm sorry. It's crazy. So
time and material.
Exactly, right?
You have to have a base cost, and anything above that then is you add your time and material on top.
Well, yeah. Well, these 2 big models I'm printing with these big spools of white. I mean, I'm charging $900 for these prints. My rare cost for materials probably under $100, but there's a lot of time involved, and there's a potential of failure after 70 hours of printing. So you
have to assume that you'll have to at least reprint each part once.
Yeah. So, anyways.
Yeah, Blasto, I put supports manually on the cowboy hat front and back, and a couple in the crotch. When I let S3D put auto supports in, and put like 1 billion of them. So I just put a few supports in, it should be all right. And that's how I screwed up on my alien head. The alien head, I put manual supports under the chin, and it was printed on a wrap. But as it got bigger and heavier, I forgot to put supports back here, so it was almost done. It fell off the bed.
But how do you get that on your head?
You don't.
Why?
No, it's gonna be a little alien. It's gonna be my buddy. He's gonna be about 4 or 5 foot tall. Yeah, I got a cool idea for a video when I get it done that I think people will like. I hope.
Jerry's printing a mini me.
Yeah, go get yourself scan, Liam, and I'll print a Liam.
Oh, you don't want that. I don't think you got enough filament for me.
Hey, you want to keep your printers printing, not break them.
Hey, Milan. Or Milan, sorry.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Milan.
I eventually say it correctly. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Yeah,
I'll just narrow it down to hey you.
Here you go, business people.
How do you calculate price when you take a commission?
That's actually a loaded question that, that's what we were discussing, but everybody is unique. Like me, I'm not actually doing stuff too cheap. So, but we're printing files that we do and selling them.
Well, roughly, I'd say 3 times your cost. You know, whatever you got into it, your time, your paint, whatever, times 3.
That's how regular products are kind of figured out what the price is.
And if it's on Etsy and they want you to offer free shipping to promote it, then you have to include your shipping in that price, or jack it up to include your shipping.
There is a good online calculator to look at that, to actually add in your calculated cost, fabrication, power usage, time. I'll just post the link for it.
Isn't that on the Prusa site? They have that, don't they?
Yeah, this is Maker OS has a website for it as well, which is actually, it covers anything and everything you want to bulk your price up.
No, and it depends too. If it's a business, a full-time business, you got a lot more to keep in mind.
Overheads with your rent,
overhead costs, expenses. If it's a hobby you're doing from your home and somebody's asking you to print it, then that's a lot different. You don't necessarily have all those overhead costs to allow for, So
this one's quite a good calculator because you can split it both ways and you can actually get a reasonable charge up. So I'll see the link for it. It's not bad. A bit better than the Prusa one.
Technically, I think you should actually charge as if you had a business, because if you ever want to grow it, you're going to have that expenses too. I mean,
then your prices will go up and people will wonder why. Yeah.
And if you're on Etsy, they take a huge amounts on your fees. It's like, I sold this one model, DR.DOOM. They took out X amount of dollars. I made X amount of dollars. A month later, one exactly like it. They kicked me into a different tier on advertising that I didn't ask for. They took an extra $50, $45. So,
hey guys, let me restart this computer real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right. Good luck.
Etsy's like 15% by the time it's done, isn't it? From what I understood.
I don't have an exact figure on that. I just kind of see how much I made and what I got invested.
We looked into it. It was like 7%, then another 3%, then another. By the time you added it all up,
I would leave it for a little longer.
I've tried selling my flags, for instance, on Marketplace. I've had no luck. A few family members are interested in the couple, but if I can find a way that my MPC&C can make me money, I want to upgrade to a One Infinity right away. It'll take 3 months to get it in the mail. I'm trying to work a deal with the company. If I do a video series on it, maybe they'll give me a break. I don't think they will, but maybe they will. I'm not big like Jim at ZYLTECH. They're not going to just send me one, but I'm prepared to buy one if it can make me money.
Right.
So,
I've got a business, but 3D printing is more of a hobby. I mean, we are selling like stuff we design through the front of the store, and we went there to a car show and sold some stuff, but I'm not making money really yet with it.
Yet.
Well, I paid for all these printers and the plastic, so I guess I'm not doing too
what
bad.
you mean is you've covered the cost of printers and the plastic, so you're breaking even.
Yes, if you count the fact that I didn't pay for my big printer. And I actually bought the one that Jerry gave away to my parts manager.
So that's all right. You haven't lost money then. Basically, you haven't lost money on the printers. You covered the cost of the printers and the filament.
Yes.
So that's your baseline covered now. So anything else on that now is starting to get some profit on it. Yeah.
What kind of business
It's not
was
doing too
it?
bad. What type of business on that?
Yeah.
Well, what's actually made us money, I know this is going to look stupid. My wife designed this toy.
Oh,
No,
Sexy Frog.
cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's,
No, I was asking
that's
what kind of
basically
business, like regular business, you have.
outdoor power equipment dealer. I sell lawnmowers. I'm a mechanic. That's why I said I had a car lift and couldn't park in the garage.
Yeah.
How high is your ceiling in your garage?
16 feet.
Okay, so you can put a car in there and jack it up and drive underneath it, depending on the type of lift you got. Is it a piston?
None of my vehicles. Yes, it is a piston lift. It's not an in-ground, but I drive 3/4 ton trucks, so you just can't pull them underneath the lift.
You need a pit for that one, yeah.
Yeah.
What part of the world are you in?
I'm sorry?
I said, what part of the world are you in?
I live in southern Illinois.
Oh.
Okay.
You enjoy your tornadoes yesterday?
I was going to ask
It
that.
did actually go across here.
Yeah.
But it missed. I'm in a valley, so it doesn't go over me. We lost a couple tree limbs. The Christmas decorations across the street blew away, but nothing much.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm up north, so I'm by O'Hare, Chicago. So.
Mm-hmm. Now, 100 people did die down here, so we at least.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess some people did get it pretty bad.
Yeah.
I'm not far from the Amazon place that collapsed.
One thing about selling stuff, if you can make something unique, don't undercharge yourself, because sometimes you can sell for more, or people are expecting to pay more for certain things. So charging too much money might get you more business and not charging enough money, and people think, well, why is it so cheap? I mean, I used to do lawn maintenance years ago. I've done a lot of lawn maintenance, and I went to this one guy's house. He wanted to clean out the front and back property, trim all of his trees. I have a crew of 3. I threw a price at him. He looked at me. He said, well, how in the hell can you make any money charging me that? He said, how about if I pay you this? And I'm like, sure. I said, I'll do the very best I can. And if you like it, that's great. And if you don't, I'll do it for free. And I did. And then when he paid me 3 days later, it took me a couple days longer than I expected. He went to pay me, and he goes, well, he paid me, and I thanked him. He said, well, if that's not enough, I'll give you more. And I said, well, I assumed that you were going to pay me X amount of dollars. And I bumped it up another figure when I said that. So he went back to the bedroom and got more money. So
wow.
Anyway.
Well, if people see that something costs X amount of money, they just think it's worth that. Yeah. But if people need it, they're willing to pay more for something, right? So putting a price on something is based on what you think it would be worth to you if you needed that part.
That's the way I usually try to sell something. I mean, when I do side work, I'm retired. I charge $25 an hour. I only do side work currently for my family, and that's cheap. You need a toilet installed or a sink or this or that. I charge $25 an hour, and that's dirt cheap. But to me, it's reasonable.
I was about to say, charge family, otherwise they'll basically take advantage of you. So
it also depends on who you're selling to. If you're selling to consumers right now in 3D printing, they all look at it. 3D printing as cheap. Yeah. But when you're selling to businesses, like I've done a couple commissions for some businesses design-wise, and those they pay well. I mean, but these frogs, I'm lucky to get. I think this is going for like $20, and it's a pretty good sized frog, but
and that's a long print too.
Yeah.
That one takes about 12 hours, but it's something to keep the printers running, and it was getting attention back here, so we were running them. Yeah. So it was also a toy at the time when we started doing those. So I'm selling those too cheap.
Yeah. So I posted a thing in private chat. This is a guy that does electrical work in Europe, mainly in London, that area of Europe, and
they're not part of Europe anymore.
Oh yeah, I guess so. But this guy, he does. He did a video here. It's customer expectations versus reality, and he's talking about prices and stuff, and like getting like low end clients versus high end clients, and when to like switch from switch your prices around depending on what kind of clients you're wanting to get. It's actually a pretty interesting video. It's like 16 minutes long, so
I don't think you could pay me enough to be an electrician in the UK with their ring circuit BS.
Yeah. Well, they only have a 1-day course for it, so
wow.
You can know absolutely nothing, do a one day course, and be certified to be an electrician there. It's
no. In the UK, no.
Yeah.
No, you have to do an apprenticeship and all this kind of. It's 3 years.
No. It's the add-on. It's the add-ons for a
the add-ons are shorter, but they actually become a spark. It's a 3 or 4 year apprenticeship.
Yeah, 4 years.
That's not what I've been hearing from all these.
Well, I'm from Ireland, and we had the same process, and it's a 3 to 4 year apprenticeship.
Well, how long ago were you talking about that? How long ago were you talking about that? Because
that's even today.
Karen, you want to be a electrician for residential? It's 3 to 4 years, and want to go commercial? Then normally about 4 to 5 years, depending on what you're doing. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Well, technically here,
these people then, because that's not what I've been.
I mean, technically here in the States, you can actually just go list it in a lot of the area. You can go list that you're an electrician. You don't have to go to school for anything.
Yeah.
But the problem is, if anything goes wrong, then you're not bonded, you're not covered, or everything.
Even
you lose your home.
No, that's separate. I can go and sign up as an electrician, get bonded, get everything. That's entirely separate than qualifications here in the U.S. That's insurance. Now, I happen to have a degree in electrical engineering, but that doesn't make me an electrician.
Yeah.
I do wire my own circuits.
So do
we
three
even
wires.
to run
How
phone cable
can you go
and
wrong?
data cable, you have to be certified to a cabling engineer, and that's still a 2-week course just to run Cat 5 and phone cable.
What's going on, Mylan? What are you doing today?
Sorting around the house, trying to get done with the first 4 of the rockets, of the SpaceX rockets that I'm doing to put in the displays. As you guys can see here.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yep. SpaceX, the main facility. Yep.
Is that the Fab 360 one?
The first one I'm doing is the one with the Crew Dragon capsule.
Yeah.
And then the second one will be the Falcon 9 with the payload fairing, and then the third one will be the Falcon Heavy. So, and I have displays that I'm putting them in, where actually the rocket will be. If you're standing in front of the display, the rocket would be to your right, and then to the left of the rocket will be all the statistics and stats of the Falcon 9.
Can you hold up the capsule again for a minute? Can you hold up the capsule again? I'm going to take a screen picture. Just hold it up and don't move. All right, I got it. Thank you.
That's the Fab 360 version, isn't it?
Yeah. But what it'll be is the poster. I got to buy half-inch board, a little bit bigger than the rocket itself. Then the poster will be behind the rocket with all the stats and everything on it. Then I've already got the standoffs, which will go through, and then I have the leg stand in front of it, and then the whole thing will mount up on the wall. But also, Liam, when I was talking about the generator, I found a generator with little lights on Thingiverse. I found little lights, but the generator they had on there was really, really small. So I started working in Tinkercad and started doing a generator of my own. But I got to revise it, make it a little bit better. This is just a test, just to see. So I have one of these on each side with 2 lights on each side, and the lights will be shining up onto the rocket once it's mounted onto the wall. Just have a little power switch to turn the lights on.
Nice.
So, but I'll do all.
I thought Generac actually had those files.
I'm sorry.
You should be able to go to Generac, and I remember they had CAD files you could download and throw on a building so that you could add the full generator casing already pre-designed for CAD files of like a building design.
See, I didn't know that. What I did was I just went online and just put in pictures of generators, and I just scanned through pictures of different generators, seeing what I liked and stuff like that. And then I went straight into Tinkercad and started messing around with it. So, but I put like that one has solar panels on top. Two of the doors have the doorknobs on there. So just seeing what will work and what won't work, for that size. So, but I figure it's going to take about a month for each one. I mean, but it's going to be big. This rocket here with the engines on it is 40 inches tall. So, and that's just standard. That's not me making it any bigger. That's just the way it comes. It's 40 inches tall. So, the super heavy, the heavy is going to have the heavy and the Falcon 9 are the payload fairing are going to be bigger than this one. So, but I figured about a month and a half for each one to get them done. So put them in my hallway. So
looks good.
But other than that, just me and the dog just working around, man. That's about all we do. Well, I do stuff. He lays around and farts. That's about it.
So that's me lying around and farting. It's just me.
Well, yeah, but he's got a bulldog. Yeah, yours got a bulldog, isn't it?
I'm sorry.
Your dog is a bull. Well, it's not a bulldog. It's a small pit, right?
No, he's a big pit. He's 107 pounds right
pits
now.
And bulldogs do that. They just lay around the cart all day long.
Hey, Bruno, how you doing?
Hey, Bruno.
Here's one of my dogs earlier today.
Wow, that's a weird.
It's a dog's life. Yeah, it's a dog's life.
Yep.
He's a square dog. He's actually lying at 90 degrees. The head's one way and the butt's the other way.
Okay, I got a picture to show you guys. I don't know if you'll find it funny or not, but I did.
Oh, that's good.
That's a good one, Jerry.
It needs to hang on the outside. Let me in. Let me in.
Sit me on the roof of it. Move it so I'm sitting on the roof.
Yeah.
That's a look that says I'm not moving.
Hold on, y'all want to see some dogs? I'll get some dogs. We're talking about dogs.
But yeah, though I had to. Some of the parts on here were so small that I had to bring the one of the printers out here because it was a pain in the butt. Being out here in the living room, driving back to the back, driving back and forth. I just brought it out here. So, and I brought the E3 Max out here. This is the only silent board.
Puppy cam.
Puppers.
Party doggy.
Where are my bones, Dad? Where are my bones?
Owie, come here, bud. Oh, hi.
Oh, somebody made noise.
Yep. All right, guys. I got to get going here. I'll see you guys.
Take care, Matt.
See you, Matt.
Take care. Have a great night. Thank you for joining in.
All right. You guys have a good
Have a
one.
good one, man.
Is that your dog off now, Jerry?
Yeah, I thought mine were taking off running, but one's here. Look, they haven't run outside yet.
Yeah, mine is unwell.
Brody's in his sleep, so he's not getting up.
My puppy's unwell. She is.
Yeah, I'm running back and forth between both rooms. I was getting tired of it and trying to worry about what print and everything else. So I just brought a print out here. Like I said, I was going to bring one of the Ender 3s out here, but none of those have the silent boards in them. So I just brought the E3 Max out here. Just got the silent boards in them, but I'm printing the landing leg arms. I'm printing those right now. So then it'll be time to start getting everything put together and getting the paint and stuff ready. But I got to go to the store and get some Bondo first so I can silt the seams on it. Bondo and sandpaper. Probably that tomorrow or Monday.
I got to grab a couple more bones here real quick. One of them starts barking at me.
So what's everybody else been printing? I
haven't test models.
Super trains.
All I've been doing is test models. That's
now,
it.
Liam, what were you saying caused the problem with the model in that toy? You said an uneven heating bed?
Well, a few things can cause it. Uneven heat, a bed that's not heating evenly can cause it, because what happens is when you heat the bed warps a little bit. So when you heat up a bed, it warps, expands, and it contracts. And if it's doing it unevenly, you get the bed fluctuating like this, can create that. The other reason for it is and if it's not PID tuned, that can cause it. But the other thing that can cause it is bang. There's two types of heating. There's bang bang and PID. Bang bang heating can cause that because of the way it works. It comes on and off like at a timed interval, whereas PID constantly is adjusting the temperature to maintain. And both so badly tuned PID can cause it because it's not heating evenly and it's not regular. Whereas bang bang can do it because it comes on, it shuts down, it stays off a while, it comes on again later, and because of the way it works, that can cause it too. So and I don't have the copy of the firmware, so I've reached out to them to ask about do they have PID turned on or not? Because when I run PID tuning, it didn't run, so I'm guessing they have bang bang turned on, and if that is the case, that's probably causing the issue, and they need to switch it over to PID to fix the problem.
Okay.
So I'll wait for their answer probably. I'm guessing Monday morning. They might get it tonight. I don't know, but I'm guessing they have. I have a suspicion it's bang bang they've enabled, and that's not the right way to go about it.
Hey, Bruno.
Because if you look, it is very subtle.
Yeah.
But it's so regular,
and
it's got to be something
and
mechanical.
bang bang is very, very regular like that. Because that's what bang bang does. It turns on the bed, heats it, and stops. And then at a time, kind of like a time interval later on, it comes on again and stops. And by doing this, you can get that type of an effect. Because it's not the Z screws. Because I've checked the Z screws, I've taken them off, put them on the table, and rolled them, and they're fairly good.
And definitely lube's not the problem because we know how much
it's
you
not
like lube.
Because I actually re-lubed everything with dry PTFE. I cleaned down the screws, the dry PTFE, everything. The couplers on the Z is not tight. It does have play, so that will adjust for any play in the Z screw itself. And it's not like it's wobbling. It's just a layer. It's not like it's moving or like wobbling like a corkscrew type of effect. So if it was a Z screw that was off and those couplers were tight, you'd get a wobbling effect. It'll be pulling and dragging the head around a little bit, or the Z axis. So the PID, I'm suspicious it's bang bang and not PID is what they've done wrong, and they need to, and if that's it, it's just a firmware update.
I take it it's animal night. I'm not getting mine.
Well, mine
will go crazy.
Well, mine is sick. She's not well today, so she has an autoimmune disease that actually causes her nails to separate and break off. So her nails actually break off from her toes. And right now she has one front paw and one back paw with a nail off and twisted to the side, so it's sore until it falls off. And so she has she's not feeling too good today.
Understandable.
Yeah, she spends most of her time lying down. When she does walk, normally she pulls me when she walks a little bit. Right now she's just strolling along slowly beside me, short walks because it hurts her.
What's your cat's name?
This is named Honda. She's basically a very little sociopath. If I don't pick her up, she's gonna knock my phone over.
Not doing it right there. We had a cat, well, seven years old when we put it down, unfortunately. Sociopath was one way of describing it. We had a friend. Right? We had a friend whose little daughter went to kindergarten and doing animal noises, and the only cat she knew was ours. So when the teacher asked her, "What sound does a dog make?" She barked. "What does a pig make?" She oinked. "What sound does a cat make?" The cat hated children with a vengeance. Whenever she'd go near, the cat would go for her. So yeah.
You know, Barry, spicy sauce is the answer for that.
Yeah, Scratchy Bitey was its name.
I'm telling you, spicy chili sauce is the way to fix that. That and the barbecue.
Yeah, sure.
I hear Chinese people adopting cats
in China, trust me, what you get is not what you ask for. If you go to Bali, Indonesia, 90% of the meat that's served is dog meat. Whether you ask for anything else or not, it's dog meat. on all the satay stands and all
Yeah,
that.
here
They all
in
use
China, there was a thing. I've seen some videos of people stealing other people's dogs and everything else. In some of the provinces, I guess you can have dogs, but I prefer them as pets. I've never couldn't imagine eating my dog.
Well, they're in unofficial markets. The official markets are not allowed. In unofficial markets, in side marketplaces, they're doing that type of stuff. But in the main markets, they don't.
And that cat is not big. It's actually kind of malnourished. We picked it up off the street. It moved itself in. We have bigger cats upstairs.
We used to do that with dogs. My mom used taking every stray she ever found. At one point, we had something like 6 or 8 dogs at one point. She'd taken, she was out one day and she saw a Yorkshire Terrier, and she had a few Yorkies, and she looked at it and it looked like one of ours. So she picked it up and brought it in home. It looked a bit on the ragged side.
Okay.
She brought it in.
Now,
and we figured out it wasn't her dog. So we put posters, and we had the dog till the dog died, something like 14 years later. So, but that was common for us.
I haven't had a cat in years because my son's wife is allergic and her daughter, so I haven't had a cat in years. One died in my front yard yesterday. I think it had a heart attack. It was a little bigger than a kitten. Street sweeper went by and my dogs are out front running around. And here comes a kitten in the front yard. So they both go after it. It ran up the tree. I got him in the house and it was sitting there panting really hard in the tree. I know they didn't catch it. And then later it came down on the ground. I was petting with some welding gloves. It was kind of hissing at me. So I laid there breathing really hard, and that was it. It died. And I don't.
Yeah, it was probably the stress. Yeah,
I think it freaked out, but it needs,
Jerry, I think you finished that cat off when you looked at it.
What?
I think you finished that cat off when you went up to it.
Yeah, the dog. The one thing you're petting it was the finishing stroke. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have I've got 3 dogs and 7 cats.
Oh,
yeah. So we have a limitation. You can only have 3 pets. We have one dog, and we have about 90 fish. My wife's is into and she breeds fish, certain types of fish.
Thank you, Kenneth.
So we have about 10 tanks of fish. Yeah, we have 10. We have 8 or 10 tanks with fish in them. Some tropical. Max has got attacked by his cat. So some of them are tropical, but others are what's called mindaka, which are Japanese rice fish. She has a lot of those too.
Matt, did you get Prince Albert letter?
Yeah,
you got something.
Yeah, she scratches with her back leg because she gets scared. She just keeps scratching, and I had to put her down.
Yeah.
No, but you have a window in that room, right?
I'm not gonna throw out of the window.
That's where you put the cat. Don't
forget
the window.
The cat's Louise's, isn't it? The cat's Louise's. You've got the dash hounds. That's why.
So in that case, then Matt will be shortly following the cat out the window.
Exactly. So that's why the cat gets looked after. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like cat used to have a black cat like that.
It's Louise's cat, so Matt doesn't want to push his luck too much. Hey, Louise.
Yeah.
Louise is on there. She knows. She knows.
She hears. Can't hear what you're saying. I don't think.
Trying to rehome him. Actually.
Oh, you can do good. Yeah. So keep him in his box. Keep him in his box, Louise.
So Shane, here's my fat cat. Sage poo. Sage. Sage.
He's gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cats don't listen.
He's a cat. Yeah.
Cats are like women. They do what they want to do. And they don't listen to anybody.
I've actually got mine trained.
Oh, there is. Yeah.
At least half of my cats will come when their name's called.
Has that got a very short tail there, Zach?
Or they hear the
Tail's
can
very
opener. They hear, you get them some tuna or something. Hear the can opener.
She's a bobtail.
Okay, yeah.
I actually have that cat trained, and she's got food in front of her all the time, so she'll do as she's told. I can tell her to go to her room and hide.
Wow.
We can kennel train her. She'll. The only thing she won't do is go outside.
Well, that's good. She'll live longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and none of the wild animals in your area are going to get killed by our like birds and
or
stuff.
a car or a person
Yeah,
or whatever.
if she stays inside.
Oh, I think she's scared of the cougar. We have a cougar that lives here, so I think she's scared of that.
Well, that's a wise cat then. If there's a cougar living in the area, I'd be scared of it too.
Hey. I mean, I've had
Are we talking about the ones at the bars or the wild animal?
No, the wild animal.
No, we're
See you guys. See everybody. Talk to everybody tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
Take care, Ken.
Good night.
1 week countdown for the big day.
Yes, I'm streaming.
My name is
tomorrow
in.
at 6 o'clock.
I put my name in.
Okay, Tim.
Good.
I didn't hear you say where you went to go register at.
Sorry.
You said you had to go if you wanted to be in the contest. You had to go register somewhere.
Yeah, you can. If you go check out my video, there's a video. It's actually my featured video. In the description, there's a link to the form.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or
you got to be
can do
live on
it
the stream too.
But you have to subscribe to enter.
Yeah, subscribe, like,
and be present.
Subscribe and be present. Yeah. Pretty simple.
Yeah, if you're not subscribed, you can't win.
Yeah.
So what you should do is go and unsubscribe Matt and ban him from your channel.
He's not listening right now, is he? No.
He is. He knows I'm only making fun of him. So.
Pull it in. No more.
Okay.
No.
Catch you guys later.
Take care.
Cheers, Tim.
Thank you.
You guys
It's
are
funny.
bad.
Yeah, you know we're only making fun of you because you make fun of family and friends all the time, right?
No, never.
I bet he doesn't, Louise. I bet he's got no idea.
We don't have a humor.
Sorry?
We Germans don't have a humor, you know?
I know, yeah. Well, actually, that's not true. I work with some Germans. I know, right? You haven't lived in Germany since forever, right? But I worked in Germany, and I find that those who lived overseas, and come back to Germany actually have a sense of humor, and my joke, and I used to joke with the guys in the office about this, and they agree with me. They used to laugh and agree with me, and the joke was that a lot of Germans get, depending on where in Germany they're from, when they reach 18 to get their sense of humor amputated, but if they go overseas, they get it reattached again. So because they lived overseas, they kind of pick up other cultures' sense of humor. So right, so it's a little different. But that was my joke with the guys that I worked with, and they being Germans, they all agreed with me. So I worked in outside, not far from Frankfurt for 4.5 years in Germany. I would say I was based out of Germany. I spent about 30% of my time there. I spent time everywhere else, but in Europe. But while I was working over there, I worked with a lot of the German guys there. They were in the office with me and so on. And those who traveled seem to have a better sense of humor. That's why Matt laughs at us all the time, because he's lived overseas. He's lived outside and overseas. All right, Matt?
I'm not listening.
The only thing I've learned is
That's funny.
the only thing I ever learned from a German is do not take a German machine and tap every bolt as SAE. They don't find the humor in it.
No. It has to stay metric.
SAE versus metric, not a good idea, no.
I used to do that often. They would throw wrenches at me.
I wonder why. Most of the stuff in the US, will you believe it or not, most of the stuff in the US is already metric. Not everything, but most of the stuff is. Mm-hmm. Your money is metric. Mm-hmm. Your soda is metric. You buy a liter of soda and not a gallon.
Yeah, but
right?
you buy a 12-ounce can.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Most of what you buy is actually 330 milliliters when you buy Coke.
Build over Bot and Blasto. When Tim was measuring his filament the other day with a tape measure, what's wrong with the tape measure? You guys said use a straight edge.
Tape measure works fine.
That's just being picky.
I do my PID tuning with Werner calipers.
Come in an inch on the tape measure because the end slides back and forth, obviously, but yeah.
Yeah, but no, I use the calipers when I do mine. But you just need to be really close. You don't need to be perfect, but it needs to be
Plus
really
or
really
minus
close.
1% is good enough, yeah. I mean,
Some of that's just anybody that's worked as an engineer,
12 ounces.
Designing stuff. They're going to be picky, you know.
Okay.
He's probably done something similar to me, where you designed a machine. You go to an engineer and you say about, and they will hit you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I'm a CNC programmer at a heavy industry machine shop, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The question should be: is it one decimal place or two decimal places accuracy? That's it.
If you don't measure it, well, I think when it comes to Zach, like if you can't measure with a vernier calipers or micrometers, it's not good enough.
No.
Zach, doesn't your company do propellers for submarines or something?
We do all kinds of parts for
drive shaft.
All kinds of parts for the Navy, aircraft carriers, submarines, all kinds of stuff like that.
Cool.
I haven't worked in robotics in probably 20 years, and I still have a habit of using calipers for everything. Because they would throw stuff at you, they would hit you. I mean, Germans don't take kindly to about.
You got home, John.
Oh, Lord.
Red Light's got COVID. I hope you get better, buddy.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I hope you get better, Red Light.
I just had my third shot a few days ago.
I had mine a few weeks ago.
We're all going to turn into zombies.
Check those out, bud.
No, but like I said, most of the stuff that you already do today is metric in the US.
Yeah, see, mine is.
Yeah, metric.
No, I actually finally got a set of digitals that have metric and standard.
Yeah, I have two of those that do like that. I always have two because when I need it, it's always in the other room. So now I have two of them, one in each of the rooms I work in.
This one here though sends the measurement to your phone.
Oh,
you just hit a button.
Was it Bluetooth
at the top here? Yeah, sends it as text file to your phone or a computer. Like if you got a spreadsheet, hit this little top button and it sends a measurement in.
What brand is that?
It's eye gauging.
Oh, cool.
See if I can get it. It's the light's shining off of it, but it's only like a $40 set of calipers. It's as accurate as my expensive set. So.
Yeah, and that's right, Louise. We all talk about our printers, about millimeters per second, and all that. Most of it is. Most of what we deal with on a day-to-day, like everything in engineering, in most cases, minus the bolts and screws in the US, is actually metric.
You know, come work at my shop for a little while. We hardly ever do anything in metric.
Really? That's unusual.
That's because they're stubborn.
Bad timing.
And bolts are cheaper in standard than metric. That's why I used to retap them.
Yeah, it's coming along nicely, the garages. Yeah, it's coming along nice.
Yeah, and also too, if you're in between sizes or something, and you don't want to go up to that next metric size,
looking good.
You might be able to,
those lockers. How tall are those lockers? Those lockers are very tall.
He's got a 10-foot ceiling in that garage in his house. That's awesome, having so much height.
Yeah.
There's only one floor printer. That's that crappy Hornet, so that could stay there. So
what happened to your CR6?
It's over there.
Keeping him warm.
It's all good. It's nice. It's all fixed and working. Yeah, working fine.
Yeah. So
what happened to the focus printer?
I gave it away during my live stream.
Yeah.
I know.
I know. No, you forgot. So this corner, hopefully, it'll be done this coming up week, and then it'll be all the slat wall minus Maddie's craft corner over there will be done. So, but yeah, those cabinets set me back almost a month in time.
It's looking good though.
Damaged.
It's looking good.
Yeah.
Damn good.
But I was putting some polyurethane on some boards, and now I got to clean up that mess. But that's all the slat wall right there. Three more boxes, and then I have a special aluminum slat wall. I think I may have a little bit too much, but if I have too much, I'll just put some above the garage right up there.
Mm-hmm.
Some strips. Yeah. So, but yep, it's coming along. It's just a lot of work. And then
obviously you don't go fishing much because those rods are very, very high.
Yeah.
Or the flood, or it floods. It floods a lot.
Well, I just want it to be safe from the driveway flooding. So.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but the lasers are going to go right below the window with the
Take care,
exhaust.
Blasto.
See you later,
What's on
guys.
the other side of that window, John? Is that the house? What's on the other side of that window?
That's our RV trailer.
Okay.
It's
parked up
RVs.
the side of the house there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing that
I couldn't
blocks.
work out why the window looked onto a wall on the inside.
Yeah.
It was quite strange. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a city house, right? You can see across to your neighbors.
Yeah.
Like when you stretch out and you actually touch wall to wall from your house.
Oh, yeah.
That explains it, because I couldn't work out why there was a window on an interior wall, because it looks like an interior wall.
With a 100 amp sub panel, I can also run conduit, since everything in Illinois has to be in conduit. Run it up the wall, so that way I have something to feed off of in case if I want to mount some outlets on the ceiling. Then I'm going to mount another conduit, another outlet to the right, because to the right I'm going to have my network switch as well as my NAS right there for my videos and other stuff. So yeah, it's
coming along nicely.
Yeah, and right there will be a rolling tool chest, 56-inch tool chest that will go between the printer cart and the cabinet. But then you got to protect the cabinets with some, like some rubber around the sides. So when you move stuff around, you don't want to be denting brand new cabinets.
No, you don't want to do those.
Well, also I may on the floor there, I may actually put like a speed bump. I know it sounds weird, but just something anchored to the ground where you're rolling a chair back or something, you don't accidentally roll into the cabinets.
Well, some people use some angle iron and they bolt it into the ground.
Yeah, but that way, I may just use.
You'll trip over the angle iron though.
It depends how close it is to the cabinet. You want it so it's about half an inch in front of the cabinet, so no one will hit them.
I have.
They need to open the doors though. You need door clearance.
Yeah.
Also over there, you'll see I have some standing pads. I could just cut that and lay it all the way across.
Yeah.
And that'll work as well. But yeah, it's the only printer that I could use over there is like a CR6 SE with a spool holder on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that has it above, it won't fit. As you can see, those artilleries they just fit there just for storage right now. Just to get them off the floor. But I'll be getting rid of a couple of machines over there and getting rid of the 2A nets and the G-Tech. Oh, I'm sorry, G-Tech fan, Matt. I'm not fan of
you could always put I know it's, I suppose it's too high to reach. I was saying you could always put the, if it was PTFE, if it's a filament feed, you could put the filament on top and then with a PTFE tube coming down to feed the printers below.
Well, I'm going to be building 2 custom dry boxes that are going to go mounted right above it on these 2 walls.
Oh, okay.
So for any of the direct drive printers. But yeah, it's and then I don't know what I'm going to put up there.
He might not want to be able to ladder feeding the filament above his cabinets anyway all the time.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. It's a challenge.
I have another cat.
Life is a challenge. You got what?
Oh, hey, Eddie.
Oh, cats are you? I think this is the first time I've seen you built over bot on camera.
I haven't done much since I shut down my other channel. So, and I've not done anything with 3D printing community other than 2 live streams, I think.
Yeah, no, they thought that the wife might have had COVID, but nope, just a common cold, and she gave it to me.
Caring is sharing.
Yep. So I mean, COVID's more special, but
the frog, what you guys or what your wife designed, how much you guys sell it for?
So what?
This one, we don't sell the files. We've had a rule of not selling the STLs because at least then our products are ours, and we can tell people we designed them.
Yeah.
That's just been the thing. Also, when we go to shows, it annoys us because everybody just asks me where I got my file.
Yeah.
And everything we printed, at a show. I understand. I mean, but everything we print is just that way. It's ours. I'm always afraid it'll get out. I'll send it to you if you want to print your own. But
yeah,
that's why the Creality cloud storage is just so secure. Yeah.
Oh, that's the worst place to put anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I won't print anything through it. I have 2 of the boxes, and there's no way in hell I'm going to use their cloud storage because that means you have to upload your files to them first to slice it.
Yep. Yep.
I'm not. I refuse.
And if you browse through the cloud storage file selection, there's an awful lot of, shall we say, copyright infringements on all of them. Yeah.
Hey, Bill Wilbur, you might want to check with your boss before you send him the file. You know, because you got it. You know,
Yeah, she did design it, so I probably should, but I don't think she'll mind that. She just doesn't want it on Thingiverse and on all the others.
I just thought it was nice because I was building a whole bunch of flexis. Hold on, let me get all my flexis for the.
But anyhow, I'm gonna actually hop out of here.
Well, thank you very much for coming, hanging out. We appreciate it.
Yeah, good. You guys, you're dressed really nice there, Shane.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got good advertising going on today, John. You did okay for advertising today.
You're always welcome, and thank you.
All right. See ya.
Hey, has anyone heard anything about Murph yet for the dates or not yet?
No,
I haven't.
I've been keeping an eye on it. So,
but it should be spammed all over Twitter when something comes up, I'm sure.
Yeah. Good old Flexi Factory. Yeah.
Now this is very similar to the some of the other Flexi stuff. It's not like it's that advanced. The legs are pretty similar to all the other Flexis I've seen. That's where we got the idea for the joints. Was one of the other ones we purchased one and went through to see how they did the joints and did similar stuff.
Yeah,
but
the Flexi Factory guy is quite good. His models, I've got quite a few of his models. They work so well.
Yeah.
Oh, you got them separated, Matt. We should conjoin twins.
I amputated his legs. I'm sorry.
Pillsbury Doughboy. Nope. There you go.
No. Actually, it fell down in this moment when I tried to pick it up, and it fell out of my hand, and it crashed on the floor, and it just broke. That's not good.
Well, guys, I think I'm gonna get out of here too. I gotta do some cleaning up around here.
Oh, Bear's had a hard day.
That's our Flexi Rexy, right?
Well, thank you very much for joining, Zach. You're always welcome.
Cheers, Zach.
Yeah. See you later.
What actually seems to sell for us is stuff like this, though. Really, little ornaments and stuff to hang in car windows. That's what sold. Sadly, it's the stupid stuff.
That's surprising. What will sell? It is. You know, what
people want to decorate all the time their cars. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Things that you think would be popular aren't. It's quite strange.
Oh. Yeah. The only thing that really concerned me is how few people in the car community knew what this was.
What?
Yes. Check engine.
You gotta be kidding.
The one that concerned me was when the Napa guy didn't know what it was. The
looks
Napa
like an
sales
engine.
rep that I have.
It's an engine, right? An outline.
Yeah,
of
but
it's
a check engine.
It's a check engine light silhouette. Yeah.
Yeah. Believe it or not, only the women at the car shows knew what that was.
That's even more scary.
Oh, usually they put tape over it.
Well, that's it. They recognise it because it's always on. It's always on their cars, and they see this big glowing red light. That's the only reason. Men don't see the light. Women have it on all the time.
Now, granted, the car show I was at was called the Frog Follies. That's why we did the frog for my parents. They're into that car show. It's the largest pre-1948 car show in the United States. So,
well, none of those cars
have a check engine like those cars in.
Yeah. That's why I was giving them a little bit of a break there, but you know, these were still car guys, you know.
Well, at least one thing about
these are big enough car, but these are big enough car guys. A lot of them drove from like Oregon or 1,000 miles to come to this car show. You'd think that they knew what a check engine light was.
Yeah.
That's what the dealership is for.
Matt, Miss Maker had a question for you. What software did you use to customize your Christmas ornaments?
You talking about here? We did these in.
Benjamin.
Okay.
Yeah, the other one. Yep.
That was an F1 Ford, right?
There we go.
I've just changed my mic over. Christmas ornaments. Oh, this is actually designed what you can download from Single Universe, and then you put it into 3D. What was it? Hold on. 3D Edit Paint 3D program. You get it free for Windows, and you just put it in text, put text in, and then you lower it to the same level as your ornament, and then you transfer the file over to 3D Builder and make it into an STL file.
Your group over on Facebook, Matt, have you done a little video explaining how to do that and posting on your group?
No.
Couldn't you also draw it on a piece of paper as black and then scan that in and then bring that into like your slicing software and just give it a Z height, and that would print it, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it be easier to do it in Inkscape and then do that?
You can do it in Inkscape as well, yeah.
It takes me 5 minutes to do that. That's in 5 minutes. Just
or even Tinkercad. You can just merge. You can just do it in Tinkercad
yeah,
the same
but
way.
I'm just saying in Inkscape, wherever you could draw it out in Inkscape or customize it in Inkscape, and then just bring it in, and then in your slicer you bring it in as an image, and then you just give the image Z height that gives us this thickness, and then just print it.
And
well, he's got two different things. He's got two different Z's on his ornaments. Now you can still do that in like Tinkercad.
You can do that. No, you can do that with Inkscape too. You bring them in as two separate files in Inkscape, and then put them to merge them, and then adjust the Z height of each one. You have to do it using two files, split it into two files, and save them as two files in Inkscape, and then bring them in as two files in to your software, and just change the Z of each, and then merge them.
If you're going to cut on a laser, just design it in Lightburn and cut it.
Yeah, but if you want different variation in heights on a 3D printer, you could do it in your slicer just by separating the parts you want taller as a separate file.
No, Matt can't afford a razor, Gary. That's all.
Yeah, I don't like shaving much.
I thought, Louise, I thought the check engine light was mean that it was running.
And that is just
It's your engine's on.
Yeah.
So
just like oil leaks means oil.
You should laugh at that one. I heard a laugh in the background for that one.
You get a template. You get a template on Single Universe. It's basically without the letters, and like I said, put it in 3D Paint program and put text on it. Takes you a couple minutes, and then transfer it over to a 3D Builder and turn it into an STL file. It's like 5 minutes doing each thing.
Take care, Bruno.
So,
later, Bruno.
See you later, Bruno.
What takes the longest time is designing your own templates.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm working on right now. So templates are the ones what you want to work on, really.
Well, one thing that's good about me having a cold, even if I have the sniffles, I can't go into work. So
you work?
But they can work you from home, though, right? Or they won't do that either?
I can work from home. I choose to go into work. So
Tripod's employed. Let's just go that route.
What's that?
Tripod's employed. Work might be a stretch.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yes, most of us do work for a living, so it's not so bad.
I'm gonna steal that line. I like that line.
Well, I mean,
I'm employed. I'm not sure about how much I work.
Well, I'm not union, so that
Neither am I.
Yeah, neither am I.
Thank God I was union. That's why I've got a pension for the rest of my life, and I make as much sitting at home as what I did working without overtime and without vacation pay. But apply it 40 hours technically, I make sitting at home now forever.
At least it's nice. It's nice to have a regular income, but it's not nice to be a fixed income.
I'm self-employed, therefore I guaranteed work for an asshole.
Yeah. like Tim, just like Tim. Yeah.
Yeah, well, my wife calls me that daily, so
I might as well be self-employed because I even though somebody else pays my salary, I think I speak to my boss once a week.
I can beat you on that, Liam. I might talk to my boss once every 2 months.
Yeah, I speak to mine about 10 times a day. So.
No, I speak to mine once a week. Once a week we have a one-on-one, and that's my communication with him. Other than that, it's just me doing what I do.
Do you tell your boss how to do his job, Liam?
Sorry?
Do you tell your boss how to do his job?
No, okay. I don't talk to him that much because
so that's the only person that of everyone that we've known that he doesn't tell them how to do things.
Well,
way to point that out, Jerry.
Yeah, good one, Jerry. Yeah, but
my boss doesn't tell me what
educator.
to do. He basically says, "You need anything from me? No, everything good. Yep, thank you very much," and that's it.
That's pretty much
all I
what
get out of
my
boss.
job,
It's
what
great.
my one-on-one is like. Yeah, and
yeah.
basically, like, he's an educator and I'm not. I'm a technical person, so we don't even speak the same language.
Wait, you're technical?
I don't actually work. What my job title is, I'm a project manager, but I don't even do that. I do lots of different things, and it's just keep stuff ticking along, and it works. I still get paid. It's great.
Yeah, I do a lot of different things as part of what I do. I'm a technical product manager. So like I came from IT. My background is IT, but today I'm a product manager for a software company. And as a product manager, you wear a lot of hats. You're involved in developing with marketing. You're involved with the engineering and development of product. You're involved with sales, the help and customers, and you do help out. You get involved with education as well about product training. So it's multiple different hats.
I'm just a straight up IT manager. So
yeah, I've been there. Right now, I'm actually developing demo labs for a new version of the product. Is what I'm doing today.
See, my only problem is I actually hired my wife to work for me.
I'm sorry.
So.
I don't know your
my
wife.
wife's boss.
I just know that if I hurt my wife, I'll get yelled at more often.
So nothing changes, John. Yeah.
Work is work, home is home. As long as you can both work with that, you know.
Technically, it actually, oddly, it works out well, and I am rarely more than 10 feet away from my wife throughout the day. So, interestingly, that works.
The way it really works is she does what she wants to do, and you just nod and say yes, dear.
No, she does what she wants, and you do as you're told. That's basically it.
I do have a problem firing her. I don't think it would work out well for me.
I don't think that
what you mean is you fire her 3 or 4 times a week, and then she makes you retire again. Yeah.
In his mind, he does.
Yeah.
Hey, BOB, it's called administrative leave.
Hey, Dan.
The bonus is I don't pay her.
Yeah. Better get on the HR.
You pay for it every day.
Sort that out.
Well, you get conjugal visits, though.
You pay for it every day.
Yeah. No such thing as
Even
a free
outside
lunch.
of office hours.
No such thing as a free lunch.
Actually, she cooks a really good meal for me at lunch.
What did you say, Matt?
You pay for it.
I think some of you, if your wife would hear you, I mean, you guys would sleep on the sofa, I think.
Oh,
mine can hear me. Mine can hear me, so I'm okay.
And mine is used to me. She we jokingly say stuff to each other. Like I say, like I like bitter things. That's why I married her. You know, we say that we do it all the time. And it's
we just celebrated our 33rd anniversary on Friday, so we can't do too bad.
33 years. You'd be out
33 years
by now. You know that.
Exactly.
Don't they have like marriage laws where you can't marry at 10?
Uh-oh, she heard that one.
No, that's a compliment of how young you look. You know, it's not. If you find that insulting, I feel bad for you.
Oh, he just told her.
My boss is impressed. I got the years right. Actually, got the number of years correct. So she's impressed.
So you get bonus marks for that, right?
I got bonus marks for that, but she still hasn't got her present. Like I said before, wedding anniversary, her birthday, and Christmas 10 days apart in the group, so she gets one present.
Ooh, that's turning on dangerous waters.
Oh, no, not really. I think about buying it first. I haven't bought one for her yet.
You just making a really good present, right, Karen?
Yeah, she gets a really good present. She gets a nice present and something she appreciates. So that's always good. Yeah.
You want to get in real trouble? Do what I do. Every year I take my wife to Taco Bell on Valentine's Day.
Hey, it's
I
a
set the
tradition.
bar low. It is a tradition. We rarely miss it.
Is that the
It
Ford
starts
V8
with a
sign?
joke.
Is that the Ford V8 sign that you have?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. It this hangs from the window. Basically, it's just technically it's one of my top sellers, and it's stupid, but
That's easy
Hey,
to print.
Whatever works and pays the bills, man. Yeah. Ooh.
Bowl bit.
Yep.
My CNC.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jerry's going to be cutting.
Yep.
My first expensive bet, I think.
See, now I got Oreo in here too.
Uh-oh.
Matt, it sounds like you can't be in any trouble there in the chat. I only get in trouble when I tell somebody like my dishwasher's broke because she doesn't have one.
Wait for the door open.
Hey, Oreo.
Oh, man.
Gary wants to know what your light behind you is, Matt, the one you designed.
Oh, this
your
one,
arc
the
light.
arc light.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, this you also can download at Thingy Universe. I'm looking at the link for the orange, what I was doing, the stencil. I'm gonna put a link out where you can get them. And the other one, I will look also the STL file and then post it here.
Maybe I'll
Give me
do
a
a few
few
of those
minutes.
for Christmas. Maybe I'll just give my printer something to do.
Is
and
it cold
print a
out in
few-
your garage? Are you running a heater right now, or is it not cold there?
Who? Me?
Yeah.
Oh no. Well, it's been hovering 30s and below, but next week it'll be in the 50s. But once the electrical's over there, I mean it is over there, but I had to remove the piece of conduit, so I had to rerun it. But that's for the 60 amp, and then I got to add another outlet for the heater. But I want to get a natural gas heater instead, because the electric heater is just the electric.
fortune.
Yeah.
See, John doesn't worry about if his garage is cold or not, because all he had to do is turn something on that's going to catch fire.
Yeah, I turn on the CR6SE and he's done.
You know,
Unfortunately, he's fixed that problem for that one.
I'm always prepared. Anytime I turn on Creality, it's just magic happens.
You need to buy a bigger one. You need something like an aircraft.
No, just get another A-net. Be okay. Get an A-net.
Look at the size of that.
What is that?
That's a serious shopping bit.
It's dipped in plastic or something to protect the teeth.
Cosmoline. It's
Yeah, that'll
cosmoline.
come off the very first time you use it. The first time I hit wood, that would be gone.
Yeah.
What type of bit is that, Jerry?
So don't cut it off with a razor knife. Just leave it on and let it cut itself off.
Yeah,
right?
leave it on. It'll just snap off. It'll just come off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bowl bit.
The heat and the friction of that running the first 3 inches of your cutting material, that would be
Won't
gone.
even take that. It just peels itself away.
You need to go down to Lowe's or Home Depot and buy some walnut now so they can make some bowls that are inlaid with the design or whatever and make like a little bowl.
Jerry, I need to run. I need to go get dinner. It's 7 o'clock in the evening here.
Well, thank you very much for stopping and hanging out. I appreciate it.
Always.
We'll see you.
what I'm waiting on.
Even with the abuse, Liam.
Sorry, what'd you say, Kieran?
Even with the abuse.
Even with the abuse, yeah.
No, he gives it out more than he.
Well, if it doesn't go both ways, it's no fun, right?
Exactly.
I don't want to hear.
You gotta push it both ways, yeah.
I don't want to hear about your both ways stuff there, Liam.
You know, they're not like you, John. You know.
Yeah, after 33 years, tripod, you take what you can get,
You're
right?
just mad, Liam, that I keep on turning you down.
Not my time.
You know, he's like, I always wanted to be with a one-legged dude. Sorry, there's plenty of them out there.
Miss Maker, we sell these for $3.
On that note, I'm leaving.
Okay.
Take care, guys.
Take care.
All right, see you.
Take care.
Do you have a link build over bot you want to post if people want to come check out where they can buy stuff at from you?
Right now the site's down. We have been working on one because we did get some requests at the car show,
okay.
But I haven't. With everything else, because I have another business, I've been behind on that stuff. Just like we're setting these up to film videos, but I don't have any filmed.
So people should follow you on Twitter to kind of keep track on what you got going on, and when something happens, you'll announce it.
I don't even have I don't have a Twitter account.
Well, you're on you're in everybody's chat all the time, so.
Yeah, I'll let some people know when I have something up. I apologize. This wasn't really supposed to be a business or anything.
I was only supposed to have 1 3D printer.
Yeah. I've managed to keep that promise, John. I've been lucky.
I'm
only allowed the one.
Printer?
What's that?
1 3D printer is all you're supposed to have?
That's all I was.
Well, that's because they keep breaking down, so you have to get another one to replace it. Next thing you know, you got 20.
Okay, well, I have news for you that all of them but one, which is the Hornet, because I gave up on the Hornet because it's such a piece of shit.
Yeah.
All of them work. All of them work.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, good job.
But you haven't checked the second CR6, correct?
What's that? The other CR6 is untested because it's still in the box in the foyer.
Yeah.
So
You can just
that doesn't count. That doesn't count.
I'll test it for you.
It hasn't been unboxed, so it's still maybe working. Yeah.
Maybe I'll do an unboxing of it.
I had a print to do a couple days ago, and I put it on the Focus, and it was clogged. The hot end fell off. I had problems. Went to the Mini. I had under extrusion. I went to CR10 at under extrusion. Went to the Hypercube. It printed fine, so I'm good to go. But I've got 4 in a row that constantly had problems that usually work fine. So,
Miss Maker, I just posted the link for Thingy Universe. So
for the decorations.
Yes. And what was the other thing?
The lamp behind you, your arc light. Gary was interested in your light. Yeah.
Yes, I have that somewhere too.
That's the trouble about joining these streams. You get more models to print.
Yeah, it'll be.
Oh, that looks cool. Oh, where's the file? Oh, that looks cool. Oh, the file. Oh, that looks cool.
What sucks is that big 4-wheeler is coming back in the garage, and that's the only thing that really sucks. No, because that trailer still isn't ready.
Still not. How long has it been?
Since April.
Yeah.
I'm not even sending any text or anything until next year. So, like spring.
Can you do you have a deposit on it?
Yeah. So they will be hit with the summons. That's how they're going to be communicated with.
do you have room in your backyard to have a big shed to put your 4-wheeler in or anything like that?
Not that one. That one's too tall. We do have a shed in the back that my brothers and I built. It's a single garage door, but that's right now has our riding lawnmower and my daughter's replacement quad. So because the trailer that you see on the side over there is a 16-foot, and there's 4 ATVs in that one.
But haven't you got a large open parking lot beside your house you can second some space from?
Yeah, that would be nice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but no.
But they turn up to work on Monday and find there's a massive big shed built on the parking lot.
Yeah, that would.
That wasn't there before.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's closed right now because they don't want people to park over there because the snow plows, they're saving money because no one's parking there really for the commuters because everyone's a lot of
staying
remote
at home.
commuting.
Yeah.
I mean, when I go into Loop a couple times a week, it's still pretty dead. I mean, there's people walking around, but not like it was, and we'll see.
What, you mean you can actually drive around in Chicago now?
Oh, no, I was just there.
Oh.
Weekends are worse because you got all the travelers there and sightseers and walking around with their heads to their phone zombies crossing the street like sheep and not paying attention. So, yeah, typical.
Talk about
That's
people.
one thing I do not miss, man.
What's that?
Not talking about people getting killed.
Yeah. Well, that it's like there's turn lights in the city, and people see the do not cross and thinking, oh, there's no traffic coming. Oh no, there's a turn arrow, and I blazed the horn, and they just like, wah! They just like run out of the way. I'm like, oh, how many points would you have been?
I do not miss Chicago. I will never be there again.
That's an old
6
movie.
years. Yeah, 6 years will be out. It's not. I'm not. And that's why the wife was like, "You're doing all this to the garage." I said, "Everything's for sale." So I'm not tied to anything here. So except for the couple RC cars, I mean, those will be off the shelves when we sell. But and the stereo behind me. Otherwise, that's because I've had that many.
And unfortunately, you got to bring the wife with you as well, so you can't leave her behind. So
where are you going to move to?
Somewhere southeast.
Well, you come to Vegas and be my neighbor. Come over and hang out.
There you go. Be like between you and Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't forget, in the few years time, you have to move again because Las Vegas is right now.
Liam's gone now, John, so it's okay.
See, the weird thing is, if you even come down to Southern Illinois, across the mid part of the state, it's like an entirely different state down there.
I know.
I mean,
it's crazy. Even if you go to like Kentucky, it gets even better. I mean, they're just southeast. That's why I said southeast. I mean, just wants a property with like 5 to 10 acres. And wife was like, "Well, you're gonna be mowing a lot." I said, "That's right. Well, you have a riding lawnmower. You have a riding lawnmower. You have beer, and you have headphones."
What else? What more could you want? What more could you want?
Yeah.
But see, if you actually go to where there's no people, like where I live, I mean, my entire county only has 2 cops, and we're talking 20. That's what we have, period. Not, on duty at one point. There's 2 cops.
Duty calls. I'm going to take care of some gravy. So I'll catch you guys later, and have a safe one, guys.
Take care. Have a good night, Karen.
Yep. Cheers, guys.
See you later.
Yeah, I mean, your law enforcement, if you choose, is your Second Amendment. So.
Well, I mean, it's just the fact that, like, I went and asked, because I'm lived in cities before, and when I bought this place, I asked for a building permit. They laughed at me. They actually laughed at me.
Oh yeah, you know how Illinois is, man. They need that money for the building permit.
That's what I thought. I mean, I lived in Chicago area, and you had to have a building permit if you want to put a light socket in.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, it's ridiculous, and everything has to be. You can't use one of those whip cables. It has to be under 3 feet to use one, or 3 feet or under to use a whip. Otherwise, everything is in. Even low voltage has to be in conduit. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Not down here.
No. I mean, talking about a way to have to make these people make money, and a lot of these buildings are strictly union. I have nothing wrong with union, but they'll put that big rat in front of your building if you don't hire someone that's union. So I'll protest right in front of that building. So, and they block all the employees from getting in. And it's like, oh, come on, So, I mean,
that's why you have shotguns.
What's that?
We went down to the building office and suggested actually setting fire to the place as a joke, and they told me it was okay. I could literally pour gasoline on a building and light it.
I mean, I want freedom, but I mean that'd be kind of weird to have that type of freedom. But I mean, I just want to be able to.
Actually, it can be argued in American court that those people who block those people going to work, they're denying the freedom for free to go to work. To do their job, what they want and love to do. So if those people stop them off getting in there, they can get arrested, and it's like if you go in between a police officer and try to talk him and like say, oh, he didn't do nothing, and try to get the person away, you hindering arrest or whatever. No, not hindering arrest.
Resisting arrest. I don't know what.
I'm talking. Yeah, I'm lost too now. Sorry, I'm tired. Basically, they're hindering their work. It's basically
hindering their investigation, and they might arrest you for it.
Yeah, but because you have the right to go to work, they're hindering to go to work and make a living. So
Oh.
they're basically making your life miserable, the unions.
Well, that's not.
Because the unions shouldn't really block anything.
Okay, so
know?
you're saying when they're picketing, and
Yeah.
you say that you don't want to picket with everyone else, and you want to go into work. Yeah, you are now the bad guy because you want to earn a paycheck for your family.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, because if I go in there and work there and I'm not union, I mean, I have the right to choose my life.
Yeah, they're gonna shame you going into that building.
Yeah, but this is against my freedom. You know?
All the casinos here
I
in
have the
Vegas,
right.
most of the casinos are unionized. There's a lot of people in all the casinos that aren't. It depends what department everybody's in, and they all, get along fine. So.
Well, another example of like how we're different than Tripod though is when I moved here, I actually blocked the main street right in front of the post office, pulled a 16-foot trailer diagonally across the four-way stop. Cop shows up, did not get a ticket. He helped me unload the trailer.
No, I
if
mean,
I did that where Tripod lives, I'd go to jail.
I mean, I like unions, they do their job. I mean, for certain things, but I don't think that should hinder other people.
Well,
hurt other people. That
well, I
hurt
mean,
other
yeah,
people,
exactly. I mean, there's
if it's
unions
just a
are great.
company,
And-
yeah. Sorry.
Well, you'll wait for the pizza to cool off a little. I don't feel like burning the roof of my mouth. Yeah,
No.
but yeah, it's I don't mind either,
goes
but the
both
problem
ways,
is like
what
what
I'm
Matt
saying.
says. Yeah, I mean, if you're caught or not caught, I mean, because you don't have to be union to work on these buildings, but if it's a major project, what happens in Chicago is they'll put that big rat there and call you out because you're not working with the unions. So,
they'll also like delay your permits and I mean.
Oh, Chicago's crooked like that.
Oh.
They're like, oh, which union or who's doing it? Oh, okay.
Freelance, that's the thing.
I'm not anti-union, but I don't like Chicago either. I mean,
everyone needs to understand because Phil Overbot knows what it's like here with that. How they're the politicians and unions here is a really bad situation, especially with the teachers unions here. Once they got whiff of having 3 months of remote teaching, they said they didn't want to go back. Period, even after the pandemic. So they said we want to do. I said, okay, do we get refunds here for our taxes for these brick and mortar schools and buses? I mean, do we get like half our tax dollars here for like a home? Our home is 1,300 square feet. It's $7,000 a year in taxes. Okay, yeah, and when you see where it all goes, actually it went down a couple times. I think it's at $6,000, but still, that's a lot of taxes for such a small property.
Yeah,
and my taxes would make you sick. I've got 30,000 square feet, and not even close.
Well, that's with shops and everything, right?
Yeah, I built an apartment on the second floor of this building. I have 3 buildings. The second floor is really hard to get to with mowers and power equipment. So we built a house. I think that one is 45 feet by 65 feet for my apartment. So that's pretty good size, but all of the buildings, everything under concrete, only 2 city blocks, was less than $1,000 a year.
Wow. And I get always on that driveway video, you should have gone with concrete, it's cheaper. I'm like, you have no clue how much that driveway. It was a $12,000 driveway for concrete by me.
Oh, taxes are also different if I remember right.
Yeah. What's that?
No, I was asking Jerry if he got that message I sent him on Facebook.
Oh, let me look. Oh, this morning?
It's gonna say print newbie. Because my aide put the name in there,
Yeah, I got it this morning, and I think I said hi to you, and you didn't answer back. Yeah, whenever you want to talk about
I gotta go. I'm feeling like absolute crap, and dinner has been delivered. And
well, take care, John. I hope you feel better and eat lots of pizza.
Yeah.
Oh, I will eat a lot of pizza. I gotta keep up my fatty one-legged physique.
Well, have a good night.
Have a good night, man.
Yep.
Have a good night, John.
I'll still hang out and chat and shit. I'll be
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on my tablet.
Good seeing you.
Normally on my tablet, I can see. Normally on my tablet, just like on any other computer screen, I can see the chat over to the right-hand side. Tonight it's not on there. I don't know why.
What do you need to know about StreamYard? Do you want to talk about it now or privately, or?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't know anything about it. I've got, like I said, I got it on the big computer, but I've never even opened it up yet.
Okay.
So I know when I first downloaded it, they said I got for a certain period of time I could use it for free. But I know what you gotta. I guess to test it out, you gotta send somebody an invitation to.
When you click on somebody's referral link, like I have referral links to StreamYard, other people do too. When you join their Facebook group, and in their Facebook group they explain how to use it, and on their channel for StreamYard they explain how to use it. They put out videos that walk you through how to do everything that's on StreamYard, but it's very simple to use.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I haven't even messed with it yet. So, like that's what I was saying. I was wanting to start beginning of the year.
Yeah, you don't download anything. You log into their servers. That's why if my internet goes down, you guys will be here thinking, okay, where's Jerry? While I'm rebooting or my internet comes back up, then I get back on. And you can use StreamYard free, like Liam and DB3D Dan does. You're limited to so many hours a month and only having 6 people online. I'm paying for the pro plan, which costs it's $49 a month. Paying monthly is ridiculous. But I can have 10 people on. Everybody can be in 1080p. On the free version, everybody's in 720p. But yeah, there's, I enjoy the program. I'm kind of getting burnt out. I'm paying $50 a month because I got other things coming up I want to do where I can be putting a lot of that money. So I'll probably go back to paying $25 a month, and I'll be in 720p, not 1080p, but I can still have 10 people on screen, and I can stream as much as I want on multiple platforms.
Okay.
And on, the free plan, you're streamed to one platform. You can have 6 people on screen. You have to use their branding. It'll be up in the corner. Where if you're using a paid version, like $25 a month, and you can put on your own logos or whatever. So for most people, the free version is perfectly fine.
Okay. Yeah, I need to crack it open, and also got to start working with that DaVinci Resolve. So I want to start making some videos and seeing how to edit them with that DaVinci Resolve. So, but yeah, I got a plan for my first video that I put out. It'll be on the E3 Mac. There's a couple of problems I had immediately with it, but I'll save that because somebody will be listening while I put a video out about it in a couple of days.
If you don't want to edit, you could tape with your cell phone and just throw it straight up on your channel. You wouldn't have a title and all the bells and whistles to go with it. And then as you grow, you can learn to use DaVinci Resolve or other programs. But like Brian Vines, he still films the cell phone because a lot of cell phones have really nice cameras on them. They're better quality than a webcam or, some DSLRs. Well, it depends, but you can film a lot of stuff with your cell phone.
Yeah, I was just going to use my tablet. I already have a tripod. So, and I was in Tinkercad about a week ago and designing a little frame I could set my tablet in that would mount to the top of the tripod. I could bolt it down, and my tablet would sit right there. So it was filled with my tablet. So,
and a lot of people don't like to be on camera. Like Matt doesn't really like to be on. Well, he hangs out on chat, but his YouTube channel, he doesn't have enough and going. He's like, I don't know if I should. And I said, Matt, you don't have to be on film. Just film what you're doing, and you can narrate it after the fact. Just build whatever you're building. Then when you're done and you're watching it, grab your microphone and you can narrate it, and put your voice to what they're looking at, and then you can upload it.
Yeah, I have to save up some money for a decent camera and not a decent, expensive camera, like maybe around £200 mark,
You got a cell phone? So, you got a smartphone, that's all you need.
Yeah, I have.
They have web cameras. Logitech has some really good web cameras that you can use.
When I'm
For
in the
the same
garage, I'm
thing.
on a 920C right here. I got a Logitech Brio.
Yeah,
and
I
then,
have this one for 40 quid. I bought it. It's a 4K one.
Yeah.
And,
It all depends on your budget, what you can afford. Some people like TH3D, his camera that he films with is costing like $1,000 or something. That's way out of my ballpark. I could never afford that. But like I say, your cell phones, that's all you really need to film anything with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need something what can auto zoom, and like the iPad and the iPad does really good pictures, and also my phone does really good pictures. So yeah,
Okay.
maybe I just get a tripod for them and set it up like that,
I saw that.
Or you can get a mount that's on a clamp like I have on my light right here. There's clamps. You can take the mount, you can bend the snake wherever you want it. You put your camera right on that, and you can just position it wherever you want.
Yeah, they have some stuff on Thingy Universe.
Just hit record. You don't even have to upload it. Just do an experiment. Do a made-up video for yourself, and then plug it into your computer so you can transfer the files and go back and watch it.
Okay, so I was looking at this on Clio Mod. So they took a V2 board and put it into an Industry Max. Yeah, they said they put a V2 board into the Industry Max, and all the upgrades.
It would work.
Yeah.
Most of the stuff is just would interchange more than you think.
I mean,
the Industry Max, I'm not sure what board's in that. But I used to have an Inter 3 V2 that I sold. I should have kept it, but I sold it.
Well, with the E3 Max, it's got either the 422 or the 427, whichever one. It's the silent board. So that's the one that's running right here now. That's the E3 Max right there. We just got the silent board, filament runout sensor, all that stuff, everything else. So, but I don't think, like I was talking to Brian Vines before, so I was wanting to get the before I knew this had a silent board in it, wanted to get the BQTech their silent board. But he said all you'd have to do really is go in and change the firmware to change out the size of the build volume.
Ethan's dad, Marcus. Yes, I have a favorite resin for lithophanes. It's ABS-like resin by Elegoo.
I used to use a lot of Elegoo resin. I prefer ZYLTECH as my go-to. I've tried a lot of resins that work perfectly fine, but if I get on Amazon to buy something, I usually go straight to ZYLTECH.
Yeah, the Ethan what I have, I think it's a PLA resin. Oh, that stinks. Ooh, man.
Well, it's been 3 hours, 22 minutes. I think I'm going to call the stream, guys.
All right, guys.
All right.
Thank you very much for coming on. Guild Overbot, Newbie, Matt.
White.
Everybody in
color.
chat, thank you very much. So,
All right.
Ethan,
see you next time. Have a great night. Take care, everybody.
Everybody.
Yep.